Yeah. What's cracking, y'all? You already know what it is, man. Hope everybody doing good this evening. You know what I'm saying? We got a action-packed show for y'all as usual. But I'm NYG22, and you are now listening to Heart of the City with me and my two co-hosts, Mr. Coach Ed Gladney and Mr. Jeffy T85. Well, as I like to always do before we get started to the show, I want to see how my chat doing. I want to see how my two co-hosts is doing. How you doing, Coach? How you doing, Jeffy? Talk to me, man. How y'all feeling tonight?
I'm good, and you?
Always, man, maintaining, you know what I'm saying? Ready to get into this NFL schedule release. Ready to talk about the Knicks and Nets and what they're going to do in the offseason, all these trade rumors, and you know what I'm saying? The Sixers falling apart in front of our face, man. I see you out there, Mitch, man. Appreciate you, man. Mitch says congrats on a 150. I finally got to 150. Next is going to be 250.
Congrats.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, not 150,
Yeah.
bro. 1,000.
1,000.
You
That's
gotta
the
think
that's
higher. You gotta think
yeah,
higher.
yeah. You're right. We gotta we gotta aim high, man. But how you doing, Jeffy, man? What's good? What's good?
Well, let's see. It's been the week of the NBA coach firings. Doc Rivers is gone.
Mhm.
Budenholzer's gone. Nick Nurse is gone. NFL schedule's been released, and the New York Mets still blow.
Pause. But yeah, they do stink.
Apologize for the foul language.
Yankees ain't much better, man. You know what I'm saying? To be
Oh
honest with you.
no! I disagree. The
Yeah,
Yankees are a
man.
lot better than the Mets right now. A
I'm
lot
I'm not
better.
I'm not feeling the Yankees vibe, man, to be honest with you, man. But we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into the like I said, the schedule release, man. Then we're just gonna have some general conversation, man. I do want to touch on a couple topics. I know Coach got something he want to touch on, man. You know, and it's a lot going on in the NBA. You got this John Morant situation. You got the Lakers and Denver Nuggets squaring off tonight. So we're gonna tap into a little bit of that as well. You know what I'm saying? Keep it kind of general, kind of light, man. But what's good to my chat, man? What's up, man? What y'all doing out there, man? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. My man Jay Lay, what's good
Yay!
with you, man? What up, man? How you doing, Big Blue Crew? You already know what it is, man. Big homie next shift, Randy,
Shut up,
man. What's good with
Randy.
you, man? Appreciate you, man, coming through as always, man. Appreciate your support, man.
Love that dude.
Mitch Kovsky, man, what's good, Mitch, man? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all your support, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the goddamn Sixers, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't forgot. I ain't gonna let up off your neck. Pause, man. You know what I'm saying? Because your team falling apart, man. All the stuff about the Brooklyn Nets, you know what I'm saying? But the Sixers is having some trouble right now. Yeah. Congrats, man. I appreciate you here. Drinks on me. Shit, I wish I could, man. Tonight ain't the night, man. But definitely, man. You know, with some celebrating to do, man, here in the future. Joe, what's good, man? What's good? It says about time you started. Yeah, we're a little late today, man, but
My
better
bad.
late than never, right?
Yeah.
um, yeah, we're gonna get into the to the draft because that does affect the I believe the Knicks with the Mavericks get in the top 10. So we're gonna talk about that. Peace to wifey as always says
Peace.
peace, everyone, man. Peace
Peace,
and
miss.
love.
How you doing,
Peace.
Nisi?
Next shift score update: Yankees 3, Jays nothing. I like it. Most definitely, man. This Laker game I think is about to get started if it hasn't already, man. So
And the
we
Met-
want to we're
and the
gonna
Mets
get
will take Tampa Bay 6. Mets, they actually got a run.
6-1, yeah.
That's
7-1, my bad.
it got better. All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Siri just homered. So
who?
Jose, I guess it's Siri.
Uh, just please. I can't take it anymore with the Mets not to. They're making the Nets terrible.
It doesn't look good at all for the Mets, man.
You have no idea.
Says so the Mavs got the 10th pick, so they keep it. So I thought it was if they were in
Top 10
the
or
top 10.
top.
So
That's number 10, so they keep it.
Yeah.
they gotta be over the 10, like
If it's
9 or better.
11, if it's 11,
11.
if
Oh my bad.
11 or under, it goes to the Knicks. If it's
11 or
10 or
under.
up, it goes to Dallas.
Okay, so
So,
the Mavs kept it. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was
mhm.
thinking. Okay, well, Tommy, what's good with you, Tommy? What's good,
What up,
man?
Tommy?
Lakers all the way. Rockets got the 4th pick. Spurs will bounce back with the number 1 pick. Giants will dominate all 4 quarters all year long. Maximus Jones hoisting up the trophy. Yes. Are y'all not entertained? Yeah, we're gonna be entertaining season here for the Giants, man. I can feel it, man. Jets might have something to do with that too, man. So we definitely gonna get into the Jets and the Giants. And we're gonna talk about that, man. But let's get into the basketball a little bit here, y'all, man. Let's start off with the off season. Of course, we last ended the show. The Knicks were eliminated eventually, man, and against the Miami Heat in 6 games. So now, what to me, a lot of talk is about Julius Randle. Obviously, I mean, he did not play well in the series. Was very inconsistent. RJ Barrett, he had a good series, but he was down, of course, in that last game. And it's pretty much been Jalen Brunson or bust, man. Pause, but that is what is looking like for the Knicks right now. So, as I was talking, the Sixers are looking to the Sixers have fired their head coach. So there are rumors about Joel Embiid, James Harden both being on the move. There's still rumors about Karl Anthony Towns being on the move. A couple other players, man. So to me, the question is, we could talk about the Knicks and the Nets if you want to. The question is, should be the number 1 trade target for either team this season? Who is the guy you want? If you're a Knicks fan or you a Nets fan, either one, who is the guy that you want? Is it Joel Embiid? Is it Karl Anthony Towns? Is it Dame Lillard? Is it Trae Young could be on the move? A whole bunch of other players, you know what I'm saying? So who would you want? If you're a Knicks fan or a Nets fan, who would you want for your team to go out there and trade for? Or would you just keep the team the way it is? Coach, let's start it off since we was talking about the Knicks here. What do you think about all these rumors and what would you do, man, looking to the offseason for the Knicks? We already talked about the draft, them not getting that top 10 pick, but as far as the offseason and the trade rumors are concerned, who would you want the Knicks to go after?
Want nobody. Just trade Julius. I don't care if you get spare parts. That's about it.
What? Coach. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. You can't trade Julius Randle. Not with your boy Tibbs.
You said what do I want? Okay? I answered that. That's what I want. Am I being real? Realistically, is it going to happen? No, it's not going to happen. I mean, Julius Randle, with the point production that he brings to the table, you have Tibbs on the roster. That means Obi Toppin basically is going to be gone. I already know Derrick Rose is gone. Fournier already has said that he'd be surprised if he's back. So yeah, do I expect those guys gone? Yeah. Julius Randle's not going anywhere. That's me being realistic. But you ask, what do I want? What do I want? I want him off the team. That's just it. I don't like his game. I don't like him. His attitude. Some journalists talked about his defense, and I always say the same thing. He doesn't play great defense. He's always last up the court. But that's me, and that's the fan in me. But when you sit down and you go pros and cons, 20 was it 24 and 10? You're not going to get that anywhere else for the most part. You're just not. Mm-hmm. So now, realistically, if you were to say, okay, Townsend or Embiid, because those are the only two, I'm not thinking about Dame Lillard because Dame Lillard's playing the same position as Brunson, so it makes no sense.
Right.
So it's going to come down to Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns. Personally, if I had to take the two, I'm probably going to go Embiid, but what are you giving up for? I mean, it's going to give right there. That's Julius Randle right there,
Mhm.
and more than likely, it's going to be either Mitchell
Probably
Robinson
gonna want or RJ
or
Barrett. You think?
I was going to say because of the center position that would totally
Well, no, the Sixers gonna need a guard too. Now they need another guard
okay.
because they about to lose Harden, so they might y'all might have to give up like
Well,
a
didn't
Josh
Harden
Hart
say
or quickly or somebody like that.
didn't Harden say he doesn't want to play with Doc Rivers? So if Doc Rivers is out, does that mean there's a better chance of him returning?
I'm hearing Hart might want to go back to the Rockets because they about to
Yeah, well, I
get
heard that too. I
well, they
heard
ain't
that.
getting them now, but I mean they were thinking about getting Victor I can't say Wambiambe
Webinyana.
Webinyana. They were thought about getting him, but now they got them picking fourth. So, but I'm hearing Harden might want to go to Phoenix. Like he's gonna have options. So I think the Sixers, them being in transition, possibly, I think that's probably gonna lean towards
Who's
James
the
Harden
coach?
being gone, and if James Harden is gone, then Embiid might want to force his way out of there too.
Which goes back to what I was just saying about Mitchell Robinson or Hartenstein. More than
Mm.
likely, it'll probably have to be Mitchell Robinson because
It'll
he's the
be Mitch,
starting center,
right, in his
and
defense.
that's
Yeah.
and if you're doing both him and Julius, because you're going to have to do that also because of salaries. Because Embiid gets a lot. His salary is up there, correct? If I'm not mistaken. So
Embiid, believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, that's what you're going to have to do. That's where, RJ is not going to go. You're not going to put that much into a trade like that. Because if you have to do that, then no, it's not worth it. It's
Um,
just not.
Tommy says Suns are getting D'Antoni and keeping Harden. You mean the Sixers? Okay, the Sixers are getting D'Antoni.
Oh,
Um,
I'll send Sixers fans off the ledge if that happens.
good luck with that, man. They can. I hope they do get D'Antoni, man. They ain't winning jack with D'Antoni. Yup. Nuggets 9. No, well now Nuggets 16, Lakers 9. Appreciate the update. Next shift. Taj, what's good? What's good, Joe?
Gosh,
You know what I'm
Todd, what
saying?
happened, man?
I
I'm
know
your
Taj
Laker.
is excited for his Lakers, man. But the Lakers getting off to a little bit of a sluggish start here, but still early, still really early. So we'll see what we'll
NYG.
keep an eye on this game as the night goes along.
I got unpopular opinion. Who's going to win the MVP?
Oh, go ahead.
Jamal Murray.
Mm.
I've been high on that guy for this whole playoff, and he's been playing phenomenal.
They just
basketball.
scored 18-9, Denver.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Jamal Murray playoffs this year. Redemption. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I know how you feel, Coach, man. I know how you feel about Julius Randle, man. But realistically, I do believe that the Knicks are probably going to make a move for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because they got Brunson, and Brunson need help. That kid needs some help, man. I mean, he's doing it all for the Knicks, man. And he needs somebody to step up and help him. RJ Barrett, I don't know if he's the answer. Maybe he's a good role player, maybe a good third piece. But they need a number two. It obviously ain't Julius Randle, according to fans like Coach. I thought they needed Randle, but it looks like, they don't. It just looks like he's in the way. You know what I'm saying?
But he's not going anywhere. I'm telling you, he's not going anywhere. He's
I
just
think
not.
if they move on from Tibbs, which I don't think they will, because I mean, like, why would you move on from when he got trying to play?
Exactly. That's the
So
point I'm making. So
yeah,
that's why it's Tibbs is back.
I think
Julius is going to
somebody
be
put it
back.
up here. Tommy did. Tommy, man, shout out to Tommy, man. He said a new GM. So what you think about the GM position?
That means you're going to get rid of. You're basically saying you're going to get rid of the president too. Because that means because Scott Perry is the GM. So, but that means you're going to Leon Rose, and that means Dolan's coming in to do all this. So,
Ugh.
and I don't think that's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. I mean,
What's good, No Mats? Appreciate
What
you
up,
coming through,
Nomads?
man. What's happening, man? Says what
I
up,
mean,
fellas?
what's up, everyone? Leon Rose has done a good job, a decent job. I mean, he's gotten good talent. Look at the amount of first round draft picks. He's not going anywhere. He's
Mm.
not. So in Tibbs, he believes in Tibbs. So Tibbs, I don't think is going anywhere. So, so right
Look
now, and
like
then
y'all
that
running
leaves.
it back then.
So it is what it is, and you know what? New York is going to be another year of what ifs. So, and everyone else will probably improve, and maybe now then we'll regress, and then do you shake it up? But then will it be too late? So, I mean, right
Mm,
now, if you break it down, Knicks don't even have a draft pick this year. They have no draft picks,
damn, none, huh?
none.
Um, I think the Nets got one. Am I right, Jeffy? I think they got a first this year.
I
I
believe
want
they
to
got
think.
back-to-back picks in the first round this year, 21 and
Yeah,
22, I think. But I'm not
yeah,
sure if one of them goes going to Phoenix or not.
probably
Not Phoenix, Houston.
Houston. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So let's go to the Nets real quick. What do you think about the rumors, man? And who would you target for the Nets? I know we kind of talk about this a lot, man, but things are rumors are heating up, as we get into the towards the end of NBA draft. That's when you see some movement, usually around that time in the NBA after the finals and everything. So who would you be looking at to target? And you talked about the picks with the Knicks, but you saying those 2 first round picks. Would you move those? Would you keep them? Like, how would you approach this offseason from a Brooklyn Nets standpoint?
You mean for me or coach?
Nah, for you.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
do Nets, Knicks, and then I kind of chime in on both teams.
Okay. Well, just for a thing with the Knicks, real quick, I think it is possible that Julius Randle could still be moved. I do because, and with the coaching carousel that has been happening so far this offseason, I mean, Monty Williams got fired after they disappointed. Doc Rivers got fired after they got disappointed. You see Nick Nurse go. You see Budenholzer go. It's not out of the question. I know, Coach, you say there's probably no chance of it happening. It is not out of the question that with this movement and they see the coaches out
It's
there.
getting aggressive, boy.
I love it, by the way. But no, it's all good. I love it, by the way, seeing the Lakers go getting beaten down like this. But I think it's not out of the question that there's a coach out there that the Knicks like. They'll move on from Thibodeau. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
I can't see it.
I
See it.
I
mean, I get you. I understand.
I disagree, Coach. I could see it happening.
I'll say it like this. I'll say it like this. What was the projection at the beginning of the season for the Knicks? The play-in. NYG just said it. Tibbs got us basically to the 5th spot. He's not going anywhere. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, as a fan, yes, I'm with that. But I've sat down and I've looked at it, and I've looked at it. Tibbs ain't going
It'd be
nowhere.
hard to justify firing them.
You guys gotta love this one. Apparently, it just broke on Bleacher Report. The Blazers missed the number 1 pick by 1 ball. 1 ball. The Blazers missed the number 1 pick.
Oh snap, man!
What up,
That's
Breezy?
funny, man. That's funny. Breezy, what's good? What's good, man? Let me give y'all a link, man, in case y'all want to come up. Joe, Breezy, next shift.
Taj, Randy, everybody.
Taj, yeah. Cause yeah, I do got the Lakers game on. It's 24-14 right now, Denver. First quarter, about 5:16 left in the first. Nuggets playing pretty good offense here. Running
LeBron is on the bench.
Yeah, the Lakers are ice cold.
I love it. Sorry, Taj, but I'm just smiling watching this happen.
Look on my man Breezy. What's good with you, bro?
Chilling, man. What's going on, y'all? It was hot of the city. We back in effect.
You already know, man. You came in just in time because I got a fire question for you. I'm gonna let Jeffy continue his spill real quick though. Go ahead,
You know what?
Jackie.
I'll pass it on. I want to hear Breezy's outlook for the Nets this offseason, because there's a lot of rumors going out there. And Breezy and NYG, I don't know if you heard the rumors about the Nets possibly having interest in the general manager of the Warriors, who, if he doesn't get an extension, that the Nets might look to possibly bring him in and say bye-bye to Sean Marks. So
I heard they was looking at Jordan Poole too. How y'all feel about that?
I'd be all good with that. We need a guy like him off the bench that can shoot and drive to the basket and create his own shot.
Yeah,
but
I think it'd be an upgrade from Seth Curry.
Be an upgrade from a lot of the guys off the bench, trust me. But Breezy, go ahead, man. I'll pass it off to you. What is your outlook for this Nets team? Would you rather see them go after a guard like Trae Young or Damian Lillard, or would you rather see them go after a big man like Karl Anthony Towns, or even the possible rumor of Joel Embiid?
Well, shout to the heart of the city, man. I'm glad we back. But to answer your question specifically, I like the fact that the new pickup. I like the assistant coach. Everybody overlooked him, said, "Oh, who is he? He's a nobody." But he's Jay Hernandez is known for his player development skills. So my point is, all of these GMs, whether it be from Washington or Sean Marks or whatever, for the most part, the successful ones do well in the draft. And with this new CBA contract thing going on, you can't even have all of these big contracts on one team. So in my opinion, it puts the onus on a GM to get talent from the draft and build your team from the draft. And I say that because, when they're rookies, they get that rookie contract. You don't have to give them a bag for a good 3-4 seasons. And that being said, with the collective bargaining agreement, it just makes it to where the GM's going to have to give minutes and to the draft or signings and free agents. But again, for the Brooklyn Nets, I feel like it's the right direction for us to go. The first hire being a development coach is vital. Y'all know how I feel about Cam Thomas, Day'Ron Sharp, and just this talent. And y'all mentioned Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is somebody the Golden State Warriors put in the G League until he was ready to come up to play with the Golden State Warriors. There's a handful of other names that I can't mention offhand right now. That talent, they don't necessarily come to the draft to the NBA. They go to draft to the G League.
Real quick, Breezy. I'm just gonna add to your point, because we were talking about this earlier, and you were talking about the draft. So the Nets have the 21st, if I'm looking at it correct, the 21st and the 22nd pick. They got 21 from the KD trade from Phoenix, and they also have number 51. So they have 3 draft picks this year, actually, to rebuild with. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Well, adding to the point, I feel like we should, look for a big man, somebody that help with the nastiness and grittiness. I heard Sean Marks and Jock Vaughn say that in the offseason. And what better way to develop that coach and starting with the draft picks? Let them know that's what the culture is. We need you to bang bodies, hit a body, get a rebound. You know what I'm saying? That's what Sean Marks and Jock Vaughn was preaching all last season. So I expect them to look for guys like that in the draft. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ben Simmons, but what I will say is this: I did a stream earlier, and my guy Lav, he said that he wanted the starting lineup to be Nick Claxton, Naz Reid, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Dame Lillard. Now, I thought that was sounded nice. I ain't gonna front, you know what I'm saying? I even clipped it and posted it. Like, I thought it was that good. I don't know if that's the direction that we're going. I hear Dame is fond of Mikal Bridges, and I don't know, man. But me personally, I want to work on nastiness and grittiness from with that 21st and 22nd pick. I want to look for a big man. And I'm not going to lie, I know we need a guard. I just don't know what we do about it. If we trade Ben Simmons and his contract, and, I don't think we should give Spencer extension right now. I do not think that we should give Spencer extension right now. Let me be clear on that. Because, I was vouching for him the whole season. But from what I've seen, I wouldn't want to invest in a Spencer. Not right now, not from what I've seen. But that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which direction we're gonna go, but I like the high end Jay Hernandez, and I like them trying to find nastiness and grittiness out of this draft. That's what I'm hoping for.
Do you think they should fire Sean Marks?
I think he's on a hot seat, but he saved his job out.
Oh, did we lose him?
Wonder if he's coming back from work.
You know,
Oh,
I
there
think
you go. There you go. We lost you for a minute, but go ahead.
Oh, no, yeah, I think Sean Marks. He this season is do or die for Sean Marks. It was last season up until he fired Steve Nash, and I argue with fans about whether or not we want to trade. You know, I think Mikal Bridges is an emerging star and somebody we could build off of. Kyrie and KD, they seem like after this season, they wanted to leave anyway. They're not mentally invested in being Brooklyn Nets no more. You know what I'm saying? So I think we won the trade. You know, I know that's to be debated, but I will say that we won based on our window being bigger now to actually be a championship contending team. But for right now, I feel like we're a playoff team, whether that be 6, 7, or 8. But I don't know. I have no sureness that we keep this roster going into the regular season at all.
No, I don't see it. I don't see us keeping the same exact roster going into the regular season because, like you just said, and it's the biggest point of all, Breezy, Sean Marks is on the hot seat. And sometimes when a general manager is on the hot seat, he goes at times to panic and tries to go out there and make a big move to try to save his job. So would I be shocked if the Nets go out there this offseason and make a big move for a Dame Lillard or for another superstar? Absolutely not. And what I'm looking for this Nets team to do is I want them to, like you said, and I think they definitely need to do that the most. Raphael, what's up?
What up, Nick? I see you.
What's good, Rafi? What's good, man? Appreciate you coming through.
This team needs to add not only size in the front court, and guys are going to be able to bump in the front court and some offensive playmakers, but they need to add somebody off that bench that's a guard that can take the ball off the dribble and get to the basket because they don't have enough of those guys on this roster. They have way too many spot-up three-point shooters, sometimes mid-range shooters. Really, Spencer Dinwiddie, to a degree, Mikal Bridges. That's really all we have on the team in terms of guys that will drive to the basket and create their own shot. So we need to, first off, you got to really, the first thing, and I believe the Nets will do it, you have to 100% decide if Cam Johnson is part of the future. He's going to be commanding a lot of money. He's going to be commanding at least $90 million in the offseason for 4 years. You got to think, is this guy worth the money? And you think he's still got some more room to grow? That's number one. And number two, Nicholas Claxton is going to be a free agent after next season. So this is the thing, too. Do you negotiate a contract extension with Claxton now because you believe that he's only 24 years old and his offensive game as well as his skill set is going to continue to go up going into next season? So you got to think about maybe extending Claxton, too, which I hope they do because to me, Bridges, Claxton, and Johnson are the future of this squad. Now, in terms of free agent guys trades I'd like to see them go after, obviously I want to see them bring in another big. Claxton, to me, has got to be the guy. You got to let Claxton continue to evolve as the center on this team. Hopefully, he goes into the offseason, works on his free throw shooting, works on his offensive game, maybe puts on a little bit more size. He is only 24, so he's going to get better as he goes.
I want to see Claxton because I was actually looking at Nick Claxton and kind of breaking down I might do a little series on all the Nets players. Mm-hmm. But I was actually looking at Claxton. He was the first one I was looking at, and I was just looking at his stats and his game, and kind of reviewing his game. And Claxton is really good in the post. Yes. I want to see him continue to develop his game, but he's got to get a mid-range jump shot, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He took. I think he only took. He only took like 2 threes, and then he took. I think only like a fraction of a percentage of his shots outside of 15 feet. And
because of KD, that was because of KD.
Right, but I need my big man because he's going to be a major part of this team. We all know that as Nets fans. I need my big man to, in this NBA, in this day and age, if he was in the 90s, he'd be good money. Just put on some weight and you good. But in this day and age, man, nah, you got to shoot, son. You know what I mean? I need you to get some type of jump shot, man, because teams are going to constantly, and that's going to open up his game. And it's going to open up other things for other players on that team. And I think Nick Claxton can do that. You know what I'm saying? And the other weakness, obviously, is his free throw shooting. But outside of that, I think this kid can be potentially an all-star player. What y'all think?
I think he already is an all-star player. I think the way he played this past season was worthy of an all-star game. And I thought it was a damn joke when the NBA didn't announce him and Mikal Bridges as first or at least, second or third team all defensive players.
Yeah, they
Claxton was one of the front runners for defensive player of the year for most of the season. Mm-hmm. That confused the hell out of me, and that's disrespect right there to the Brooklyn Nets players. Claxton defensively had a good game, but I agree with you.
What's good, Levance? What's on the menu tonight, bro?
What up, Levance? But I agree with you 100% that Claxton does need to work on his mid-range game. It does need to become a little bit more of an offensive guy. But I think the Nets are going to be looking for a big-time trade in the offseason because of the fact that Sean Marks is on the hot seat. And whether we like it or not, GMs that are on the hot seat normally make big moves to try to save
They normally
their job.
make stupid decisions. And that's what I'm afraid of.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
Hold on, let me ask this since we're talking, right? Sure. Mikal Bridges being our number one scorer, I don't like it. You guys like it? I kind of want him to be the number 2 or 3 scorer.
I agree. I totally agree with you. He's a number 2.
Yeah,
definitely a number 2 because you could see his potential. But you don't necessarily see, and this is what I told y'all when KD and Kyrie got traded. We're going to struggle to put teams away in the fourth quarter, and that's what we ended up doing because we don't have that type of score that can take over games and create his own shot in the fourth quarter. We don't have that on this team.
Let me add to that. That's what happened with us too, because it affected us that we were a bad rebounding team because we shot at a high clip because of Kyrie and KD, mainly Kevin Durant. But now that he's not there, us not being a good rebounding team, it hit us hard. So we definitely got to focus on that. And also what I wanted to say is it takes away from Mikal Bridges' defense the fact that he's the number 1 scorer. That's why I don't want him to be the number 1 scorer because he's exerting a lot of energy on the offensive side. We need him to. I need him to give us that perimeter defense that we need to compete in the NBA. When you think about the NBA right now, you think how Mikal Bridges fit into it. In my opinion, the Brooklyn Nets need him to be the number 1 perimeter defender more than we need him to be the number 1 scorer for the Brooklyn Nets. So that's why I'm saying if we're gonna get Dame Lillard, it do kind of make sense he could be the number 1 scorer. But I don't know if I want my point guard to be the number 1 scorer. I never liked the point guard being the number 1 scorer. I always wanted it to be somebody else.
I think the Knicks got that problem with Jalen Brunson too. Yeah, I think the Knicks had that.
Yeah, I was about to ask Coach that too. Coach, what you think about your point guard? Just a point guard being the number 1 scorer on your team. You there, Coach?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
And Jokic got 12 rebounds already. Hey, about to cut these Lakers, man. Yeah. Denver ain't playing. They came out swinging, son.
I love it. Let's go.
I want Denver to, the Denver from the ABA too.
Yup.
That looks so good, man. That looks so good.
The Denver Nuggets, the Indiana Pacers, the Spurs, and the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. Come on, Breezy.
So I'm going for the Nuggets, man. I'm going for the Nuggets.
Do you really want us? Does any of us really want to see a Celtics-Lakers NBA Finals again?
No,
I do. I do.
Well, you were a Lakers fan before you became a Knicks fan, Coach. So that's you can say that. I don't. I'm sick of the Lakers and I hate the Celtics. So
I want to see Nuggets Heat, honestly. And I want to see Jimmy Buckets get a ring.
I want to see Jamal Murray get a ring after what
I like a player like Jimmy Butler. I don't know what it is, man. He's not flashy. You know what I'm saying? And he don't really, it's not like he's like one of the main names that people talk about when you talk about the NBA, but the guy just gets it done, man. They just get it done in Miami, man.
he's our era basketball on YG22. He's the mid range. He's strong to the whole pause, rebounding, grittiness. You know what I'm saying? That just leave it all on the floor. He's not tweeting at halftime.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like and again, I feel like that would be the problem with the new school basketball players. They're not totally invested like the old school basketball players, because you wasn't nobody to talk about unless you was the player of the game, unless you was in some type of movie, which was totally rare because you had to be the man to be in a movie. So now it's like now everybody get this celebrity, and you ain't gotta be shit. You could just got the bag, and then you just a famous guy that plays basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
But not to get off topic. But yeah, that's how I feel about the Nets. And I don't want a point. I like Dame Lillard, but and the Nets had success with great point guards with Kenny Anderson, with Jason Kidd. This is why, as much as I toggle with the Dame Lillard thing. I toggle back and forth, man. If they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. But we definitely seen the Nets be successful with explosive point guards. So we'll see.
Yeah. The Nets have had a ton of explosive point guards over the years in the NBA. I mean,
Marbury,
Cassell. You had Kenny Anderson. You had Jason Kidd. You had Devin Harris at the time. I'm not going to mention Darren Williams.
Nah, fuck him.
Yeah,
pause.
No, that's not a pause. That is a true fuck him. And Kyrie Irving. So the Nets, like you said, I agree. They've had a history of great point guards in this organization. The thing that the Nets really need to do and decide, like you mentioned, which is a great point, Breezy, does this Nets team want to have their point guard and their lead guard being the number one option offensively, or would they rather try to have, somebody else like a shooting guard, whoever it is, be the leading scorer? Then you could have Mikal Bridges concentrate more on his defense. And if you bring Cam Johnson back, he could be that number 3 scorer, and it could be more of the 3-point spot-up shooter where he doesn't have the defense collapsing on him a lot more. Same thing with Bridges, because you got a number 1 option out there that can create his own shot. And also, this Nets team, they need to get a bench. This Nets bench is a disaster. I don't know what.
Real quick, before you get to the bench, do you want Mikal Bridges to play the 2 or the 3?
I want Bridges to play the. I would rather see him play the 2. I'd actually play the 2.
The 3.
I got that. I say the 3, but give me your pros on why the 2.
I just think he's a better shooter, and I think he'd be a better role for that position as a shooter on the outside. And I think he could take advantage of some of those smaller guards on the outside with his athleticism, his ability to shoot and take them off the dribble. That's one of the reasons why I think he'd be a better off guard. I mean, you could continue to play him as a combo guard forward, and his defense would be given nightmares on the outside too. So, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he stays at 3, but for me, I'm moving him to the 2. I want to see him go out there and, size up against these smaller guards and take them off the dribble and, body them up, take them to the basket and draw the fouls.
I feel like Jacques Vaughn put him at the 2 when he got here, and Cam Johnson played the 3. I'm not loving that. I like Cam Johnson at the 4, and I like Mikal Bridges at the 3. And I think we should get an explosive 2 guard. Even if we just get a point guard, that's I'm saying he got a good assist turnover ratio. He don't necessarily have to be a dominant scorer, but I would like to see us get a explosive 2 guard. You know what I mean? Like a Cam Thomas or Jordan Poole. I just figured Jordan Poole what he's asking for is too much. We can't keep taking on these big contracts. We just can't.
No, I agree with you.
But
I'm listening to you though, bro. I'm listening.
But I do think that as far as the Brooklyn Nets, man, I'm with you. The Nets need to take these 2 draft picks, and I know in the NBA, the later draft picks most times don't really pan out, or they end up being role players. But it doesn't matter. You take these 2 draft picks in this draft, and you start to build depth as far as your youth is concerned, because especially if they're targeting trading Cam Thomas or Day'Ron Sharpe or both, we don't know, so you definitely need to keep adding and to keep trying to get younger. You know what I mean? You don't, like you said, need to take on a bunch of these contracts with these veteran players that don't really want to be here. They just come in here for the money.
Yeah.
So
I I tend to think that, and it's no disrespect, but I tend to think these players play hard in contract year. You know, Ben Simmons played great when it's contract year for him. Jordan Poole played great, and this is for not all of them, but there's a drop off once they get that bag in their production. So, you know, I think we got to be mindful of that. But speaking of Golden State, how y'all love Kuminga to the Nets? You know, we could give him a new net. We could give him a new nickname too. They call him the Cum
Kuminga's
Bucket.
athleticism. That guy's
Yeah,
athleticism.
his name got to change.
Yeah, we'll give him a new nickname. You know what I'm saying? We won't call him that. We'll call him something else. Call him KM or some shit. I don't know.
KM, I'll bring KM over here. I love that kid's athleticism. He can shoot the three. He's driving to the basket, good, decent rebounder. I think he's got a lot of upside. And if the Warriors aren't able to keep him, bring him on in. I think he'd be a perfect addition to the bench. Or he could even play the four. And you imagine having an athleticism. If you want to go front court sometimes with Kuminga and Claxton, the athleticism you have up there in the front court.
Like it.
Kuminga can't play the four sometimes. They had lineups, the Warriors, with Kuminga and Looney at the same time. So I'm 1,000% on board with that. Oh, Russell Wilson's at the Denver game. All right.
So a couple more points about the Knicks, man. I know we got a lot of Knicks fans, and I'm not gonna let Coach's Knicks off the hook.
Oh man,
I'm hearing these dudes looking at Russell Westbrook to bring him in the offseason. I'm also hearing you know, if they do move on from Tibbs, that Doc Rivers would be in line for that position. How you feel about that, Coach? I know your heart's got to be hurting, man. I know, man. I feel I can feel your pain.
It's okay,
I can
Coach.
feel your
It's
pain
okay.
through the screen, man.
Take your time, Coach. Take your time.
Stop. All jokes aside, stop. I am not in pain. I don't give two shits about the Knicks right now. I really don't.
What?
I don't.
That's
I don't.
harsh, man. Talk
No,
about your
I
team
don't.
like that, man.
Because they fuck faces.
Oh man.
What are they like? Those things from Alien? Things from Alien?
No, I mean seriously, because this is. Well, I will say this in all fairness. They are a step down from the dysfunction that they have been. But you know what? You saying you feel my pain? No, I'm waiting for the bullshit to come through. Because what has happened with the Knicks? I'm not invested myself to that point that, you know, like everyone else, I was getting there earlier and I had to calm myself down and take a step back. And then you, NYG, you were the one that was talking logic to me, that you are the one that got me to sit down and write the pros and the cons and look at the things from a level
That's
head.
true.
So
I did boost them up a little bit.
So realistically,
with that.
I'm not
hell
falling
am I?
for it. I don't give two craps about it. It's the off season. Let them take a break. Whatever they do, they do. If they fire Tibbs, woohoo. If they don't, he's gonna be back. If Julius Randle is there, fine. Y'all go ahead and clown it. It ain't gonna bother me. It's just gonna be the same old Knicks. And what's gonna end up happening? I'm not really gonna be invested in the NBA. I'm really not. I'm just gonna be sitting here when y'all talk about it. I'll give what I think a little bit, but I'll be focused on other things.
All right,
WNBA, college basketball. Go ahead.
Want to ask you, and from a coach perspective,
Mm-hmm.
what the Knicks fans are doing to Randall? Tan is posted down. You know, they've been giving him a hard time
I'm not about
anytime he
that.
don't
I'm
play
not
well.
about that. Yeah, I'm not about that.
But
Go ahead.
all right, so so my question to you, Coach, is do you think he wants to stay? You know what I mean, or does he want to start over? In your opinion?
As a competitor, you want to shut people up. So I would think he would want to stay and prove a point. And if he can change it around, then realistically, he becomes the king of New York.
I wouldn't say all that.
Yes, he does. If he changes the narrative and he leads this team to at least a championship, he becomes the king of New York. Y'all don't want to hear it, but that's the truth.
But isn't it Jalen Brunson's team now?
That's not what I just said, is it?
Absolutely.
I said if he
leads, he's not leading shit.
Who is the head coach?
Tibbs.
And who is Tibbs riding more than anybody?
I give you that.
He's riding Randall. So that's why I'm saying that. Yes, you're right. For us as people on the outside, we feel it's Jalen Brunson's team, but for some reason, Tibbs strongly believes in Randall. He calls him the leader of this team.
I mean, he been
Even
here for
even
what,
even
three,
even
four
Brunson.
seasons?
No, 5. No,
5 seasons.
wait a minute. Yeah, I think
I
this is 5.
think Julius Randle though. To be honest with y'all, man, I'm kind of with Coach on this one, man. It's something about that dude. Man. I think he liked to be the kind of the hill. I think he kind of liked that hate. I think it kind of fused his game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's not like
I do. I think
see
he
like
likes.
Kevin Durant.
See, here's the thing though. It's not that it fuels his game, that he elevates his game. He fuels his game because he's stubborn and he doesn't change.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
what's
true.
one of the things that he always does? He always runs into the double team, triple team,
Yeah.
making bad decisions, bad turnovers. He's arguing with the referees instead of, you know what? When he shuts up and he plays like he's going to show everyone, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
Hmm.
But it's always that point something goes wrong, and here he is running to the officials, crying. You have Tibbs on the sideline making that whatever face and crying, and he's another one. So that's what I'm getting at. It's like they're. I'm going to say the wrong thing. It's like they're a match made in heaven. So that's why right now, Tib to Tibbs, this is Julius Randle. Brunson just came in. Don't get me wrong. But Julius Randle, he has been coaching him this whole time. So this is Julius' team. Even Brunson has said it. This is Julius's team. He's the leader. Brunson has said that. So I get behind closed doors. It's another thing. The point guard is like the quarterback in the NFL. I get all that, and yet we all know that. But Tibbs is not like that. He's thinking something totally different. He's putting everything all into Julius. I mean, it just he
I
can
cannot.
easily tell. He can easily tell the front office, I can't coach him. I don't want him. Get him out of here. He could
I,
easily do
I,
that.
I wanted
But
to say this to you, Coach. I feel like y'all doing well, not you, but the Knicks are doing Obi-Wan a disservice. And I say that because in one of those games he played bad, he shot well from the field outside of the three-pointer.
Yeah.
Like y'all forcing him to become a three-point shooter. Why is Obi-Wan taking
Tibbs,
11 three-pointers in a game? In one game, he shot 11
Tibbs,
three-pointers.
Yeah, I don't get that.
that's Tibbs. That is Tibbs. It's not.
What's
It's
good,
not. It's not.
Bookends?
I said
What's
that to say,
good,
you think
bro?
he get
What's
You know.
good?
traded? Does he stay with the Knicks on next season, or is he on a plane somewhere else? He at LaGuardia right
I
now, or
think
what's
he's
going
out of
on,
there.
Obi-Wan?
I think he's out of here. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I
Damn,
just
that'd be a
can't.
damn
I can't.
shame.
It is. I look. I've been said it. If I'm keeping one of the two, I'm keeping Obi.
Yeah.
I would rather keep Obi, but
Wow,
that's
over
me.
Julius?
Yes,
Wow.
I'd rather develop Obi because what they have done to him, they have done that. When he was coming in here, he wasn't this type of a player. He wasn't. He's athletic. I mean, think about it. Donovan Mitchell said it during that series before the series. He said when Obi is out there, it's a different team. They're more energetic. They're more athletic. The ball moves around, and then he gets down the court quickly. Think about that. I'm sitting here saying Julius is always last to come up court, while Obi is usually first to get down court. And what is everybody wanting to see? Him get down court and get those dunks because it energizes everyone. And it does. The offenses move, they move. You can still put Obi down low and put him on the post. That's what he did at Dayton. And I understand he didn't it wasn't against top level FBS programs. I get that. But he still has a back to the basket type of offense. He's added the 3 point. He just does not have the handle that Julius has. And for that matter, Julius is still always fumbling, bumbling, and turning the damn ball over. So no, I'd rather go with Obi. I think Obi can develop into something that is just phenomenal, and he's built for New York. I'm sorry, he just is.
I
Julius
agree.
isn't. Sorry,
I agree
he's
with you.
trying to be. He's trying to be New York, but yo, that bro is not New York. He's not. Obi is, and we all know that.
I feel you. I feel you.
I agree with you 100%, Coach.
I
on
think
that
Breezy said he gonna come right back in after a while. So
I said I want to talk a little bit more about the bench. What's going on, bookends? But
yeah. Go ahead, continue.
Well, with the Nets bench, because that to me was also another one of the biggest problems with this Nets team is that they weren't getting consistent production off the bench. You know, when they need to give a rest to guys like Bridges and Johnson and Claxton and all those guys. I mean, we saw what happened. Royce O'Neal was throwing the ball more to the other team than he was actually shooting the ball into the basket. Joey Buckets has turned into Joey No Buckets. Seth Curry would either explode for 20 points or he'd have 0. And I mean, your favorite player, NYG, Dorian Finney-Smith, might as well have been coming off the bench because that dude was 0 the entire time.
And him and Royce O'Neal, I mean, they gave us nothing in the playoffs. Like jack squat, man. It was, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like these type of players we need to get rid of. We don't need useless players out there.
I was disappointed in Royce.
I understand the defensive aspect, man, but that's why they call 3 and D. You got to be able to hit the 3 and play the D. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, they play decent defense, I guess, but they don't give you anything, man, on the offensive end. And it's just like, come on. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we got 20 points out of – did we get 20 points out of Royce O'Neal all season?
Oh, yeah. No, he did. Yes, he did. He did score 20
I know we ain't get one dub out of Finney-Smith.
I mean, he was more of a Finney-Smith mostly scored 15, 13.
I think Royce was cooking more when KD and Kyrie was on the team.
Oh yeah, because you know why? Because I think what maybe hurt Royce O'Neal, and I think a lot of it had to do with what Breezy was talking about with Mikal Bridges, with the fact when Durant and Irving were there, all Royce O'Neal had to do was pretty much concentrate more on the defensive end, and he didn't have to worry about trying to create his own shot. And the defense would be so worried about Durant and Irving and these other guys that they didn't have to worry about Royce O'Neal, and he could just spot up and hit those 3-point shots. Now with the fact that the Nets didn't really have any offensive players that can go out there and create their own shot, drive to the basket, and command the defense, teams started to go focus a little bit more on Royce O'Neal, and he had to become more of the focal points offensively, which they were counting on him as the number one guy off the bench. And in a way, I think it might have ended up hurting Royce O'Neal and why he just went ice cold. I mean, Finney-Smith, I'm not surprised. I mean, Finney-Smith's a decent player. I was disappointed in Royce O'Neal. I really was. Because I like Royce O'Neal a lot. He was one of my favorite pickups this offseason. I thought he was going to be a major contributor, and he was for a good amount of the season. He just had he had a similar playoff shooting the ball like Joe Harris did a couple of years ago in that Milwaukee series when the Nets desperately needed Joe Harris to hit threes, and he couldn't buy a bucket. He wasn't
making jack squat, son. I'm like, yo,
see, bro. Randy just put up here. That's what Royce O'Neal in the last comment Randy just put up. Royce O'Neal was hitting shots.
Yeah,
he was making points. He was good.
Yeah, Finney was like 12, 11, stuff like that, like 8, 9. I know a couple games, especially in the playoffs. They just really disappeared, both of them in the playoffs, and that's what
everybody off that bench. Everybody off that bench disappeared. I mean, I still don't understand why Edmund Sumner never got a look. I don't know what it was, but they never could try Sumner a little bit.
Relying too much on Dinwiddie, man. That's why I'm like, I'm done with Dinwiddie, man. I really am, man. I could care less if he's on this team or not on this team.
No, I love Dinwiddie too, but if he's not here, I won't have a problem with it. I think it goes deeper than Dinwiddie.
It does.
Dinwiddie has to take on too much of the leader, too much of the offense.
He needs to be a bench player, right?
I don't think he could just. I don't think he is necessarily a bench player. I just don't think he's a lead guy. I don't think he's a lead guy.
I think he'll be an excellent 6-man coming off the bench or something like we had him in last time.
He was a great 6-man.
And now you asking him to start and pick up the scoring slack. That's not his game.
Well, that's it. That's what you mean right there. You just said the second part of that sentence. He had to pick up the scoring slack, which is exactly what he should not be doing. He should be a complementary piece on this offense, and he had to take up too much of the offensive prowess on the team when Bridges and Johnson weren't getting it done. Then you needed Dinwiddie to go up there because he was essentially your other guy on offense and needed to produce as well as try to handle the ball on the outside. And I think that's what hurt Dinwiddie in a way is he had to concentrate more on scoring that it screwed up his ball handling and screwed up in terms of his turnovers. So I think the Nets were just a mess because, like you mentioned earlier on, they didn't have a number one guy consistently that can go out there and command the defense's attention. And that was one of the problems. They had a lot of guys that are not used to being a top scorer, unlike with Durant and Irving, where a lot of these guys can be complementary pieces. And I think that's what ultimately hurt this team. And now look at them. They were also running too much of Steve Nash's offense. It's like, that three-point offense, settle on the outside, trying to do one-on-one dribbling. I believe Breezy brought it up last time, too. I think you said it as well.
Judge just homered. Not to cut you off.
No,
Judge
it's all right.
homered. 5-3, top of the eighth, Yankees. The Mets are down 8-3 in the bottom of the eighth. And the Lakers and Nuggets right now, 7:02 in the second quarter. Nuggets up 46-37. All right, go ahead.
No, it's all good. And, Mets are still losing. But
Yeah.
either way.
But we're going to change gears here in a minute, man. But I'm going to let you go ahead and wrap up what you got to say.
I mean,
that plays a commercial.
Private chat, NYG.
I see it. I'm looking at it now. Go ahead,
and the thing is, too, with the Nets, I mean, I was like with Breezy and NYG, I'm scared that Sean Marks, because he's on the hot seat, is he going to panic? Is he going to try to go out there and he's going to panic and make a stupid move for the sake of trying to keep his team competitive because he wants to try to save his job? The scariest thing about an NFL, we saw it in the NFL with the Giants. When you have a general manager that's on the hot seat, they will panic and try to make a bold move to try to keep their job. We saw it with Gettleman with the Giants. I've seen it plenty of times with the Mets. I've even seen it with the Nets. Sean Marks might say, you know what? The best thing for this team to do would try to keep their core together, continue to try to add some good pieces, maybe make some type of solid move that will help out your present and your future. But because he's on that hot seat, I can easily see Marks going out there and making a desperate trade that might not make sense for this organization going forward, including just trying to shed Ben Simmons' contract out there, bring in another bad contract for the sake of it that could even be worse going forward. So for the Nets, I'll wrap it up on this. I want them to do three things. Add some more size and some more front court offensive prowess and toughness. 2, I want them to add a guy that can take the ball off the dribble, whether it's off the bench or at the starting position at point guard. Move Dinwiddie. If you don't give it to Dinwiddie, move Dinwiddie to the off guard position. I think he'd play a lot better as a 2 than he would as a 1. And then number 3, I want this team to add some more defense on the outside. Add some more defense. I think the defense was just not there enough when they needed to be on the wing. And I think they need to add another guy on the wing that could be able to go out there and play well. I'm watching it right now. Bruce Brown would still look great as a net.
I agree, man. Like
I love Bruce Brown too.
We need some wings, man. We don't got no wings, man. We got a chicken.
We have wings. Let's just shoot 3. We have too many wings. Let's spot up and shoot 3s and can't play D.
Absolutely, man. I'm gonna come back to the basketball conversation, but we are hour in, so I'm gonna play our sponsor commercial, man. Then we're gonna get into the NFL, man. Do a little schedule prediction, man, and hopefully we can wake Coach up over there. You know what I mean? But let me play the commercial.
Shadow Worlds Radio, a radio media outlet. The Read and Attack Show, Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports. Go Travels, the go-to for all your sporting events. Wise Consulting Solutions, the wise choice for a better future. The Big Blue Crew, the best damn sports network on YouTube.
All right. Thanks, Miss Wise, for that. We're going to change it up here a little bit, man, and get into the schedule predictions. So we'll start with our New York Giants. Some interesting games on the schedule here, obviously. September 10th, starting off against the Cowboys. I mean, how many times have they done this? I mean, it's getting a little redundant here. This time it's in MetLife, so which I don't think has really mattered in the past.
No.
We don't win. primetime games on Sunday night against division rivals. We just don't do it. So now the other interesting thing here is the Giants starting off 7 games. I think 7 of their first 10 games on the road. I want to say
7, I believe.
Yeah, so they got a bit of a stretch here, man.
Let me see if I
Where
can
they
put it out.
where they go out to Arizona, to San Francisco, Seattle. Then they come back and they go out to I think one point they have 3 in a row. Yeah, Raiders, Dallas, and then Washington. And then it gets a little bit easier towards the end. But
NYG, I put it in the private chat if you want to. I could share the screen for the people that want to see.
Oh yeah. No, I got it. I got it pulled up. I was just.
Okay.
I was just giving a. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Raphael, man. Appreciate you, Levance, man. Definitely, man. The toppings don't make the dog. The dog make the toppings. Absolutely, man. Good stuff, man. But let's do this. Let's share the screen. Let me get my pen, because we always like to keep records and receipts over here. So we're gonna give our predictions preseason. You're more than welcome to change your mind. During the regular season, I think I did. I just definitely did on that Titans game. I was like, the Giants gonna win this one. But I had them losing in the beginning. So, but you're always welcome to change your mind. But we do want to see what we think here, how we feeling about the Giants and the Jets. So starting with the Giants, I'm gonna pull the screen up here, and we can get the chat's reaction, as well as you guys' reaction. But we're gonna go around the table here. So
let's do it. I'm ready to talk some football, baby.
Yeah. All right, what we got? Your Giants schedule. All right, can y'all see it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, game 1, right here. You see it. September 10th, 8:20, Sunday Night Football against those stinking, nasty, dirty, funky Dallas Cowgirls. How y'all feeling about that, man? How you feeling? Let's start with Coach. What's your prediction on this game, Coach, man? Like I said, we keep it light. We're just gonna go win, loss. You can give analysis if you want to. We always appreciate your coach's analysis. But how you feeling about game 1, real quick?
Win.
Mm-hmm. Jeff.
Oh, the Giants are winning this game. This is going to be the Kayvon Thibodeau 2023 dominant year. And you heard that first. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to start his tremendous rise as one of the best young pass rushers in the NFL. And it's going to start at home on Sunday Night Football at MetLife Stadium against Dallas. Giants win, and it's going to be by 10.
Ooh, I like it. I like the added the little added
I'll make it even better. I think the Giants are going to put up points. I do. I think they're going to score. It's going to be 20. It's going to be 27-17. Giants win.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I'm going to say
Jalen Hyde scores a touchdown.
I'm gonna say the Giants win this game. And it's like for this team to take the next step, you got to compete in your division. You gotta beat Philly. You gotta beat Dallas. They gave you the game at home. I know it's not ideal, but you do have a way better defense. You do have a turnover-prone quarterback over there in Dallas, man. And we'll see about the defense versus the Giants offensive line. We'll see about that, man. But if they give DJ any type of time, man, I think it's going to be a long day, man. And you got Diggs over there in them corners, man. They're not disciplined. Pat says it all the time. They're not disciplined, man. And with the speed on the field, man, I think this is the game we do put up some points, man. And we might even smoke Dallas, man. To be honest with you, it's a very chance that we could actually like you said, win by 10 or more.
Well, that's not really smoking them. Smoking them would be like beating them by like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
I think we can do that. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to say Dallas is still a solid team.
I said I think we can. I ain't saying we will. I said I think
smoke us. I think it go either way. I think this game is very even, but yeah, I think this game is. It's not really. It's more of a toss-up because I do believe the Giants and Cowboys are very even, but I do think the Giants being at home is going to be. It's the crowd just behind them. I think this is going to push that Giants team over the edge, and I think Jalen Hyatt is going to get a big touchdown in his first game as a rookie.
I like it. Moving on. Arizona. This one is in Arizona, 4-5, September 17th. Giants versus the Cardinals. How you feeling about this one? I kick it over to you this time, Jeff.
This is going to be Giants are going to start out 2-0. I think this is going to be Saquon Barkley's game. I think Barkley's going to go over 100 yards rushing because the team is going to be worried so much about the passing. I think that this is going to be where I'm actually going to go on a limb. Deontay Banks gets a pick six. The rookie quarterback gets a pick six against the backup quarterback of Arizona.
Colt McCoy.
Yep.
I think that's
the Giants are going to win this one comfortably, and they're going to win this game by 17 points. 24-7. Giants win.
Okay. Coach, what you thinking, man? Cardinals, Giants.
Giants win.
Giants win. Why would you think the Giants would win this game, man? Despite the fact that Kyler Murray might not be playing.
Because the Giants are the better team. All around, from coaching all the way down.
Yeah, I think so too. How do you think the Cardinals match up with the Giants receivers, man? I don't even really know who the Cardinals got over there on defense, man. What's good, Shelton? What's good, man? Appreciate you.
They got
Buda Baker's is still there.
Garrett Williams that they picked up. They got, I think, another cornerback in free agency. Their secondary is not very good. Their secondary is probably the weakness part of their defense. So I think the Giants will initially maybe try to open it up. But I think that they're going to try to also run that ball and establish Saquon Barkley in that offense against the Arizona Cardinals in that Week 2 matchup.
Yeah. Now I think the Giants win this game. For obvious reasons. No Kyler Murray. Like Coach said, the Giants are just an overall better team. And the fact that I think they got a better coach. I think Cardinals coach, a rookie coach.
Billy Price.
Yeah. Will Hernandez.
Yeah, it could
Justin
get ugly over there. Could get ugly over there with that line versus our defensive line. Yeah, this might be the blowout right here.
Dexter Lawrence.
Very easily could be.
Woo!
All right, next game. Prime time, Thursday night football, San Francisco 49ers, who could also be without their starting quarterback, but that one's a little more in flux as the Cardinals. I doubt Kyler Murray's back for that game, but Purdy could be out there or Trey Lance. How y'all feeling about going into San Francisco Thursday night football?
You're not gonna
San Francisco win.
Yeah, I agree with Coach. I think that the San Francisco in that building, Giants are going to be off a high. Beating Arizona, short week exactly, and I think the Giants are going to lose this game by at least a touchdown. San Francisco wins 17-10.
Okay. I'm gonna say the Giants win this game. I think the Giants. To be honest with you, I think the Giants I think the Giants could have a top 5 defense this year. If everything stays relatively intact. We know it's going to be injuries. We get all that, but they stay relatively healthy, which in week 3, I would hope they are. And we don't know if San Francisco's quarterback situation, and something's just telling me that some of the shine is kind of wearing off this 49ers team. They lost both of their coordinators. D'Amico Ryan's gone. The McDaniels cat is gone. Kyle Shanahan's still there. I get it. They still have an excellent defense, and they still have weapons on offense. But I think it'll be close, really, really close. Could be like an overtime game, but something tells me the Giants pull this one out, man, and get a 3-0 start, man, because one of the predictions that I made, man, and one of my unpopular opinions, y'all hit that like button, was that the Giants get off to a relatively fast start because of the continuity with the coaching staff and just with the overall team and the roster and everything. You know, a lot of the players coming back. You know, we'll see what Saquon does and if they work that out. But we all think they will. So I'm gonna go dub here. So I got the Giants starting with 3-0.
If the Giants do not fix the edge situation, San Francisco is going to attack the edge in the run game.
Exactly.
That's been a weakness. That was a weakness, and we haven't upgraded the edge.
No Mets.
And you have Christian McCaffrey, you have Deebo Samuels, and they do run a good outside zone. They're going to attack
Bobby
the edge.
O and Beavers will help that out.
I'm not saying it doesn't help, but it's still if you seal them, yes. That's all I'm getting at. So that's
fair. I mean, and
they got Juszczyk who's that fullback. There's the lead blocker also. So that's another thing to factor in there too.
Yeah, I agree. If they do get the run game going, it's going to be a problem. But I'm thinking that the Giants are going to be much tougher in the run game because of the upgrades on the defensive line and you know, with the linebackers, hopefully, man. But Coach is right. That is more of a question mark than anything, man. So I give y'all that, but I'm still keeping my pick.
And no Mets. I don't care at this point. San Francisco could put out one of us as the starter at quarterback because they've already shown the quarterback's not going to matter as long as the guy can get the ball to his receivers. That offense is going to hum. I mean, they had a 7th-round rookie who Coach and I were fans of out of Iowa State, but he was a 7th-round rookie that played at the end of the season. That offense was still humming. So the quarterback to me doesn't make a difference. I think that offense has so many good playmakers all over the place. I don't think it's going to matter if Sam Darnold is playing quarterback because he actually was not that bad at the end of the season. So I think it'll be a close game, but I agree with Coach. That's actually a great point that you made, Coach. The edge could be a problem, and that's the weakness on the Giants' defense is the outside run contain because we really have the same guys on the outside with Zimenez, with Jahide Ward, and then Aziz. If Aziz and Thibodeau can improve on their outside, you know, in terms of stopping the run, that could help this defense, but I could see Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey and Deebo attacking on the outside against our edge rushers. So they won't attack up the middle. We'll be stronger there, but on the outside, that's where it's going to be the problem. I don't think Josh Johnson will matter either, honestly. Maybe I'm just being too particular, but I don't think it matters with the quarterback situation with the Jets. The 49ers.
The 49ers. I would say that if this was the past Giants team, I mean, because you remember that one year they beat us down with Nick Mullins. I first of all, I think the Giants are a much different team. And they're going to be competitive in pretty much every game. And look, your quarterback's important. You just can't throw a bum out there and just expect to beat a good team like the Giants. And I will be interested to see. And like I said, they do have an advantage. I totally understand Coach's point, but if I had to pick it right now, I'm leaning on Giants. Tudo. What's good, Tudo, man? Says massive solution respect. Big boss Kenny, Coach Ed, Jeffrey Bookins, No Mess, Brother Levan, Super Taj, all diehard Giants fans in the building. And please slap all stinky boys, losers out the door. Forget about it. All right.
And it says F all those Eagles losers too.
You damn right.
But I could see, you know what I could see them doing? I could see the 49ers trying to isolate Deebo Samuel against a guy like Deonte Banks, who as much as we like his upside and we think he could be a major impact player, he does have that issue of being too handsy on the outside and panic a little bit when he's getting beaten off the coverage. So you have to wonder if they might put Deebo against him And Debo is one of those elusive guys with his size that could give an issue to Deontay Banks. So I'm just throwing it out there. Even Ayuk as well. They have two terrific wide receivers, and Kittle is a terrific tight end. So that's one of the reasons why that I think the Giants could have a little bit of issues with that offense because of how good those playmakers are on San Francisco. But go ahead, MYG.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And like I said, I ain't gonna give y'all too much pushback because San Fran is a good team. And they do hold it down, man, regardless of who's out there at the quarterback position. Moving on, Seattle, Monday Night Football, man. The Giants got some primetime games this season. 3 of them right off the bat. This is another one. Seattle, this time they're going into MetLife Stadium, man. You remember they beat us last year. How y'all feeling about this game against the Giants, Seahawks, Giants? What's y'all's prediction on this one?
This is gonna be a close game. This one, I know this is gonna be a close game. I thought Seattle had one of the best drafts in the NFL. I mean, their secondary is loaded with a lot of good young players. Their offense got better. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a perfect piece for that offense in the slot. He's a good slot receiver with Lockett and Metcalf now there too, and then Walker at running back. Seattle, and they improved their offensive line too. They got Olawatimi at center. So this team hit a home run, in my opinion, in the draft. But I think the Giants are going to get their revenge against Seattle, and they're going to win this game. In the end, it's going to be 27-24, and this is going to be the Daniel Jones game. Not with his arm, with his legs. Jones and Barkley lead us to victory with their legs.
I like it, man. What you thinking, Coach?
Giants win.
Giants.
You have to also factor in the Giants are going to have extra time off coming from a Thursday night game, so they'll be well prepared. They're motivated, and it's at home.
Good point, Coach.
All excellent points. And I'm going to complete the trifecta, and I'm going to say the Giants win this game as well. And yeah, I'm saying it 4-0. 4-0, man. They're going to get revenge.
No, Mets. The game is in New York.
No, it's in New York.
Yeah, it's in New York, and that's another reason why I'm giving the Giants the edge. Like Coach said, they're gonna have an extended rest period coming back from San Francisco. The only thing that I will kind of give a little bit of pause to is the fact that Seattle, has definitely improved. You know what I'm saying? Like with their corners, with their defense, and getting Smith and Jigba as well. So they had a really good draft. Pete Carroll is a good coach, despite what you think about him. So it's going to be a tough game. I'm with Jeff, man, but I think the G-men pull it out, man. Maybe it's like a last second Graham Gano field goal or something like that.
Don't you know, baby?
But yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right there. So yeah, I got the Giants starting off 4-0, man. Coach and Jeffy both has them at
3-1.
3-1. That's right, Coach. You gave an L in the San Fran game. All right, moving on. Miami Dolphins down there in Miami. Week 5, man. 1:00 start. What y'all thinking?
You're not gonna like this one, but I have Miami winning. I think that Miami has improved on defense. No matter what we think about Ramsey, he's still a good cornerback. And I think the speed of those wide receivers for Miami is going to give the Giants secondary some problems. I do. So I think that in the end, I believe that Miami is going to win this game in a close one. I'd say another 3-point game because it's in Miami. I'm giving them the advantage. So I got Miami winning this game by the final score of 35-28.
Giants win. Giants win.
Giants win. Giants
run
win.
game, run game, run game, run game to control the clock.
Okay. Met says, can Geno be consistent? Everyone talks about DJ taking a leap and being consistent the upcoming season. Can Geno build on last season? I think no Mets. I think it's kind of hard for him to fuck this up, to be honest with you. I mean, Seattle, they got a team. You know what I'm saying, man? And they added to that team. Got Metcalf, Lockett, and Smith and Jigba. I mean, you could throw slants all day. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Those guys are gonna do the work for you. Will he be as good as he was last year? That's debatable. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he'll be bad, so to speak. Shelton says we don't pressure Tua, we will lose. Matt says we should wreck Miami.
I don't think we're wrecking them.
Can we get pressure right up the middle on Miami? I think so.
They're going to get that ball out quickly, though. They're going to notice the pressure in the front, and they're going to try to get that ball out as quickly as possible to Waddle and to Hill. And I know what they're going to do. They're going to put Waddle in the slot against one of our slot corners, whether it's Flott, whether it's Holmes, whoever it is, and they're going to try to target the middle of the field against us. That's where they're going to look to get the most in their offense. And that team has speed as well. Like we have speed. That team has dynamic speed on the outside. So, and Banks could, I want to see how Banks could play against faster receivers if he's not going to be too over aggressive. So,
Tyler Croft, that's tight end, does not scare me, and he's a Rutgers boy, but he doesn't scare me. So you could shift the coverage over to the slots.
Well, who's their tight end?
I expect
Tyler
Kayvon
Croft.
to absolutely gun for Tua. We might take Tua out the game.
Yes, he is. They just signed him. Signed him.
Glasicki,
he's gone.
It's Derwin Smythe. Right? Derwin Smythe's their starting tight end.
Yeah.
He was not terrible. He was all right.
He was all right, but still, he doesn't even scare me either.
It was one.
You can cover it.
Can he?
Let me see. Eric
we'll
Silver,
see, man.
I
think I'm gonna lean towards Miami winning this game. I had the Giants start off 4-0. I think this is where they kind of slip up a little bit. I don't like a game in Miami in October. It's still pretty warm out there. And the Giants, they've been tested at this point. I mean, you got your first 3 out of 4 games against playoff teams, and this is the 5th one. You got another one with Buffalo coming up. That's 6, man. I mean, I don't see them winning all these games. Despite my optimism, man, I think they dropped one here in Miami. It's just a bad, like being in Miami, them being at home, dealing with the speed, the fatigue, with the heat and everything. It just, I don't know if they're going. This might be a game they could slip up and win. Lose. I should say. I think if I had to pick, I think they're going to lose either the San Fran game or the Miami game. I think one of them going to be kind of flipped. I don't think they lose both. I don't think they win both because those 2 tough teams, and they in warm weather environments. And those are 2 pretty good teams. Actually. He's on the Patriots. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's on the Patriots.
That's great. So we got to play him anyway. Okay, cool.
Hey, it's not that good. He didn't have a good season last year.
I ain't worried about him, to be honest with you. But yeah, I got the Giants dropping this one.
So you guys got them at 4-1. I got them at 3-2.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. Coach has got him losing it. See, me and Coach on the same page, but he got him losing to San Fran. I got him losing to Miami.
Yeah, and I got him losing to Miami and San Fran.
Jeff don't be having no confidence.
No. See, you don't understand. I thought this team was going to get off to a slower start because they're going to be learning that offense and defense more with all the new players. But I think this team is going to pick it up big time towards the end of the season. So you're going to start seeing those wins pile up for me towards the end of the season.
I think it's the opposite.
I think it's the opposite. I think they start out slow and they pick it up and have a big end of the season.
I think they start out fast because they do have continuity, man. You got
I'm talking about the coaching. I mean the players. The players,
most of the players are coming back. I mean, outside of your wide receivers, but you still got Hodgins and you still got Slayton and Wandell and Shep to kind of guide them along. You know what I'm saying? The problem may be on the offensive line, but you still got some continuity there, especially on the left side with Andrew Thomas and Ben Bredesen probably starting over there. So I think this team is actually pretty Corner could be. We might see some struggles there. You know what I mean? But I think they come out. I think they come out the gate swinging, man. But we'll see, man. That's why this is fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit that like button, man. Appreciate the 8 to 10 in the chat consistently, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming through, man, and talk some sports with us, man. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep the show rolling. Another Sunday night football game. Man, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Out of the first 6 games, prime time for the New York Giants. So this one is Buffalo, the Joe Shane, Brian Dable revenge game, if you want to call it that, man. How y'all think this one turned out? Lakers getting smashed, by the way, 75-58.
Beautiful. I think this is, for me,
Win.
Coach is going to say win. I'm saying loss. I think this is when the Giants fans are going to start panicking a little bit because we're off to a little bit of a rough start. So I'm going to say loss. I'm not going to be as optimistic. I think we'll be 3-3 at this point because I think Buffalo is still a tough team on the road. And I think that their offense might give us a little bit of trouble. So I think the Giants will lose this game by 10. I think Buffalo is going to be able to beat us in this one. So we'll start. I have them 3-3. So, sorry.
Okay, interesting. Coach says W. Jeffrey says loss. I'm gonna go with an L here. I think again, Giants just don't do well in prime time. I don't like this prime time lineup. To be honest with you, man, they don't seem to do well in primetime games. Although I got them winning the first 3, I think they dropped this one here. Buffalo, yeah, we want to see Dable and them get their revenge. Yada yada yada, man. Buffalo's still a strong team. It's in Buffalo. Yeah, I don't like the matchup.
No.
I don't like the matchup at this point in the season. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo could be struggling. They could need this win. You know what I'm saying? We obviously shouldn't need this win. If I got them 4-1, Coach got them 4-1, you got them 3-2. So I think Buffalo, because Buffalo gonna have some struggles. That division is pretty tough. Now you got the Jets and Dolphins on the come up. So I'm gonna give this one an L. So that's 4 wins, 2 losses right now. Coach got him at 5-1. All right, Coach. Yeah, like the optimism.
I disagree, D-Don. I disagree, D-Don. I think the Bills are a better team than the Giants. I do. I think the Bills are a better football team than the Giants right now. I understand the optimism, but I think overall the Bills have a better team. They have loaded with pass rushers on the inside and the outside, depth all over. They have a good secondary. The one thing that we might be able to take advantage is one reason why I could see the Giants winning, and his name is Darren Waller over the middle. Waller could be the X factor in this game. Without Tremaine Edmonds there anymore, Waller could be the reason why the Giants win this game.
And I think at this point, we probably going to have a couple injuries.
Yes.
So you playing a tough team like Buffalo, as long as their quarterback and their weapons are pretty much intact. I mean, it's going to be a tough game regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like at this point in the season, another road game. I mean, that's 4
Didn't they
out
get
of
Dalton Kincaid too? I think they got Dalton.
Yeah, I think they did draft him. I think so. I think you're right.
They did get Dalton Kincaid, so their offense just got better.
Yeah, their offense is going to be pretty good. It's about the defense, though, like Coach said. What's the name has been Leslie Frazier's kind of been up and down. We've seen what happened in the playoff games. So
I think the Vaughn injury hurt them. The Vaughn injury and the Micah Hyde injury hurt that team the most when they both went out for the season.
But I'm gonna say L here, but ain't the end of the world because we got the Commanders. Oh, one hander, we got the Commanders.
Please. This is where the W.
I already say they're winning this game. Absolutely. I got it a dub. I ain't even got to think about it.
No, we're big Commanders, please. I know the Commanders have gotten better, but the Giants are going to get right back on track. We're going to go home, and we're going to do what we always do. Giants win.
Loss.
Coach says loss. Okay, Coach, what you thinking here, man? What's your analysis on this one?
Let down emotionally.
Coming off that Buffalo win,
and then you have the Jets the next week.
So sort of a trap game, so to speak. I see.
Bingo. Bingo.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think Dable will have them ready, and we'll avoid the trap game, and we'll take care of business against the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, Jacoby Brissett, Sam Howell, who's going to be quarterbacking.
Jeff, what do you always harp on? They have great skill positions, especially at the wide receivers.
It's their offensive line. I don't think is going to be able to handle our pass rush.
Get the ball out of their hand quickly. Let them make the plays and get yaks.
No, I understand, but I think this game, you're right on that one, Coach. But I think our offense is going to be able to put up points against their defense. That is, we can get the ball out quickly, and I could see our speed at wide receiver taking advantage of their cornerbacks and their secondary. So I think that's why I have the Giants winning this one. Is the speed at the wide receivers are going to be the reason why we win this game. And
yeah, Matt, I see it. Might be a tough game for the Giants. Bookman says we're going 12-5. Woo! Having AJ Klein injured too, Jeff.
Yeah, I forgot he got hurt too.
Met says, there's next shift. Met says, close game with the Commanders 50-50. I could see that. And I could see what Coach definitely saying. It could be a bit of a letdown game. But I don't think they let down. I don't think Daniel Jones lets down against the Commanders.
No.
Man. He always seems to give his best against that squad. What's good with your next shift, man? What's good, man? Way to join the show. You there?
Hey, I'm here. Sorry, I'm filling my face. So.
Oh, nah, you good. You good. You could keep eating, man. Just jump in whenever you feel like it,
We'll
man.
do the Eagles schedule too, so if he wants to talk about the Eagles.
Oh no, you don't have to do that.
Nah, we're not doing that. It's harder to see. What are we doing over here?
Piss off over controversy.
The Eagles.
The Eagles are sucking.
We could do a division kind of like overall outlook. We could do that, but I ain't going to the Eagles schedule because we got to do the Jets schedule. Remember,
true.
We'll be here all night. So, speaking of the Jets. What you thinking? What you thinking with this Jets game, October 29th?
It's a win.
Dub. Coach got the dub against Aaron Rodgers. What you thinking, Jeff?
Giants win. Dexter Lawrence, 2 sacks, and we send the Jets fans that want to show up at MetLife Stadium home very sad when Karen Rodgers gets his ass kicked by our pass rush. Azeez Ojulari also has a good game. Giants win by 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the Giants the dub here. Look, it's gonna be a tough game. I'm not gonna lie, but I do feel like the Jets are gonna have a little bit of, getting to know each other period here, and this could be some early season struggles. And I think this is one of those games where, look, man, the Giants. Like I said, the Giants got to take care of business, man. In some of these games, man. This is a tough schedule, man. We're looking at it. This is a really tough schedule, man. And they got to take care of some of these games that they may or may not be favored in, man. And they might not be favored against the Jets. We'll see, man. Doesn't look like they will because everybody, likes to jock Aaron Rodgers. But I don't see it, man. I think this Jets team. It's probably a little bit overrated. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is really going to be able to carry that team like they're looking for. So we'll see, man. And I still question Rob Saleh as a coach, a head coach, to lead this team to the promised land. So I'm going dub here, man. And I think the Giants just going to be motivated, man, for like this. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach said, they might have had a little letdown the previous game. And I just think they're going to be motivated, man, to really want to, king of the city, man. You know what I'm saying? Giants over Jets, man. We already know what it is. Y'all hit that like button.
The hell the Jets ever been king of the city? Never.
Never, exactly. And we're going to put them back in their place Why they let them have all the headlines with Aaron Rodgers, Karen Rodgers, whatever you want to call it, dude. You know, he in the dark room
Super Bowl
smoking
3.
crack. You know what I'm saying?
Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl 3, Jeff. Jeff, Super Bowl 3.
They had one day in the sun. One day. Let them have their one day.
Play 2 pair back-to-back road games, 3 back-to-back. Never as a team played
The
7
one guy
back-to-back
that
road
could
games
give the
in 11 first
Giants-
games. That's true, Tommy.
Yeah. The one guy that could give the Giants problems, though, is Garrett Wilson. I will say that. Garrett Wilson could give the Giants problems on the outside because he's good. That dude
I think Banks is
incredibly
rolling
explosive.
by this game. I think Banks is solid. I think he's solid. And I think
You don't think Adori's going to go against them?
whoever, Banks or Dory, I think they both will be a good matchup, man. You know, and I think you're gonna hear the Jets chirp a little bit. They seem like that type of team. Sauce Gardner, he a little mouthy, you know what I'm saying? You know what Aaron Rodgers, how he is, you know, real
Discount double check.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna be kind of overlooking us, thinking they gonna come in and do their thing, and that's not gonna happen.
Good.
Take full advantage. I got the Jets winning, unfortunately. I mean, I could see it, but I can't see it because you say no Jets. It's in your title. Why you got the Jets winning? Come on. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. Come on now.
Knicks might have to change his name to Yes Mets.
Mets, right? What are we doing here? Oh man.
Oakland. Still going with Oakland.
Oakland, yeah. They might as well be Oakland. They might as well be because they
Clowns.
Sorry, Rafi, man, but
He knows.
Raiders. What
knows.
you thinking, man? You can jump in too next shift if you want to. Raiders. What y'all thinking here?
Giants are going to kick this team's ass. Giants are going to kick the Raiders' ass. 3 in a row. I got them winning 3 in a row. Giants are going to win this game comfortably against the Raiders in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you got Waller's revenge game. He's probably gonna be showcased a lot in this game and potentially show out and say, "Hey, you guys missed me."
Absolutely.
That's right.
Waller's going to show out. Waller's going to show out more than anything because it's going to be in front of his wife. So he's going to be playing in front of his wife. So he's going to want to definitely show out.
I agree. So you got a winning coach?
Yeah.
I got them winning too. The Raiders are not going to be a good team. I said that last year. People thought I was crazy, but this team, Josh McDaniels is not a head coach. I'm sorry. Patrick Graham is overrated defensively, and he's even regressed even worse than what he was with us, man. And I think the Giants is going to go coming back home. Well, they're going to be home anyway because the Jets game, but coming MetLife, you know what I'm saying? I think they destroy this team, like you said, Jeff. I don't think it's going to be close. And I think Jimmy G, man, probably gets knocked out of this game.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's the quarterback.
Dexter Lawrence, man, going pancake him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a wrap. That's gonna be the season for homeboy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
what's the records right now for everybody?
All right. So Jeff, you got 1, 2, 3.
I'm 6-3.
6 and 1, 2, 3. I got him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 2. Coach got him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 2. So you got him 6-3. We got him 7-2. Going into Dallas. What y'all thinking?
I got the Giants losing. I think we're splitting with Dallas because I had them winning the first game. I think we're losing this game.
Win.
I know why you're coach. You just want to see them kick the Dallas Cowboys ass because you hate that team.
We always play them better in Dallas, y'all. Keep forgetting about that.
No,
we actually playing them in
That's
better.
True. But
ever
in
since
Dallas
Eli,
is when they always get that fluke crap going on, man. It's always some fluky, iffy call, iffy, you know what I'm saying? Something going wrong, some type of iffy call or iffy play or something like that.
Jerry Jones makes the call to Roger Goodell.
Right. Some turnover, a fumble or somebody the ball bounce off his hands and they get a pick or something like that. Something stupid always happens like that, man. So I'm with Jeff, man. They probably gonna take an L here, unfortunately.
I just
hate
see
to
us
say
splitting
it.
with Dallas. I see us splitting with Dallas this year.
Most definitely, man. Washington again.
But we ain't splitting with Washington. We're beating them twice. Back on that winning
Win.
train. Let's go.
Win.
Giants win.
Dub. Knicks, New England.
Ooh. So I got them at 7-4. Oh, I like that. I don't know why. The Giants have always wanted these games against the team they should beat, that they somehow trip up in one of these games. So I think they're going to lose either one of the New England or the Green Bay game. I'm just trying to think of which one of those games they'll lose. They have always one of those games where they're supposed to win and they find a way to not get it done. You know what? I'll say they're gonna lose to New England. I think Belichick's gonna get them in this one.
Okay.
I do. I don't know why. The Giants mantra over the years. They lose one of these games, they should win. It always happens every season, no matter who the coach is.
Coach.
I said win already.
Oh, you did? Oh, I ain't hear you. My bad, bro.
No, win.
Okay, win. It's kind of a tough one to pick. They not gonna win
Their
all
quarterback?
the games.
Who's their quarterback?
I'm gonna say win. Yeah.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, definitely. See, they got Judge over there, Bill O'Brien, all these reject coaches. They don't know what the fuck they doing.
I came back home to you, Daddy Belichick.
Right.
Do it on
Get
her
your ass
own.
out of here. Green Bay. This Green Bay game, I think this one gonna be the L.
Win.
Right here.
No, this is a win. Green Bay's a
Win.
mess. Green Bay's a mess.
Coach got him winning.
Yeah,
I got him
Green
losing.
Bay.
Jeff.
Yeah, we're beating Green Bay. The team is a mess. Jordan, I don't think Jordan. I know I said Mac Jones and the Patriots would win, but I think after a loss, Giants are going to come out pissed off at home, and they're going to take it out on the.
That's
Jordan
right. This game is at home,
Packers.
right?
So I've got the
Ain't it?
Giants winning.
This game is at home, so I think they're gonna lose one to the Saints or Packers. I think I might change mine to a win. I think I go loss with the Saints because they, like I said, they're not gonna win all these games, but
No,
it's a whole lot tougher to play in New Orleans than. So I'm gonna give them a win here in Green Bay, and then the next game is gonna be, I think, the game that they drop against the Saints in New Orleans. I think that's a bit of a tough one right there. So but what y'all thinking about New Orleans?
we win. I think we're gonna beat New Orleans. I have them winning.
Loss.
Yeah, I got them losing too. I'm with Coach. I
But
think that crowd, they got Derek Carr. He ain't the best, but he ain't like a shit quarterback. I think they make enough plays down there. And probably come out with a late season win. This game probably ain't gonna mean much to the Saints. They could be in a playoff hunt in the NFC South, so we'll see. They may need the game, but we'll see, man. Met says, I think we have Dallas's number this year. We should leap and sweep Dallas. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah, that Dallas team is still good.
They definitely beaten one of them teams. I mean, they definitely beaten each of them teams once. I will say that. The Giants have got to stop getting swept by it for us to take this team serious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But I have New Orleans. I have us beating New Orleans. I think we played a little bit better, especially our last game we played in New Orleans. We took care of business with the crap offensive playmakers out there. And I think that this team is going to get it done again down there in the Superdome. So I got the Giants beating the Saints. I think we're going to pull out this one out in the end. Close game, but we'll win it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you, man. But But nah, I don't know if I just don't know, man. I don't think the Giants gonna win all these games, like I said. So I'm gonna go L here. And I think kind of what Coach has said before, you know, the whole trap game that could apply here because the next game is in Philadelphia on Christmas. Talk to me.
Loss.
All right.
It's a Christmas miracle. The Giants get it done finally in Philadelphia.
That's what I'm talking about,
and
Jeffy.
we get the win.
That's
and
what I'm talking
finally
about.
end the curse of losing in Philadelphia. Sorry, Randy, but we're getting you once this year. We're Giants win the first game in Philly.
And I'm with you. It's a dub.
We're eventually getting that win in Philly. We are eventually winning in Philly.
We got to win in Philly. This is a Christmas Day game. I mean, the Giants going to be hyped. You know what I'm saying? It's towards the end of the season. It's probably going to be, you know, some playoff implications involved in this game. The Giants are taking this game in Philadelphia on Christmas. Book it, mark it down, whatever you want to do. It's a wrap. We beating the Eagles on Christmas Day. This shit has got to stop, and it's going to stop this year.
Yes, it's going to be the Riggs revenge game. We'll get Riggs back by that time, and I think he's going to be.
We could have Wan'Dale Robinson back
and Wan'Dale too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're going to beat the Eagles in Philly eventually, and I think we're going to get them this time on Christmas. So yeah, I got the win. I got confidence this year. We're going to beat Philly in Philly.
Respect it, man. I got them winning too. LA Rams.
Back to back, 3 in a row. I got to win.
What you got, Coach?
Win.
All we do is win. Yeah, I got them winning too, man. I mean, the Rams are gonna be a bad team. I think they tanking. They're trying to get a new quarterback. Staff is about done.
They have nobody left on that team.
Yeah, they're rebuilding. That's what I'm saying. So I definitely think so. Couple comments here. I don't want to leave you guys out of the conversation. Mike McCarthy's calling the plays on Dallas. Dak is still the QB. No excuses for the Giants. Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for this same Mike McCarthy-led fumbling, bumbling squad. You know what I'm saying? Because we have definitely closed the gap on Dallas. Philly, you know, there's still an argument to be made there, but we should definitely match up well with Dallas this year, man. I believe so, man. So, but I just can't see him sweeping nobody until you get that first win.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll revisit this conversation. He says Wink gets his revenge on Bill. I'm guessing Bill Belichick for the win. Yeah, I hope so. Man. Lakers actually is 103-90. Lakers making a little bit of a push here. It's in the third quarter, 6.7 seconds left. Look like Anthony Davis just got fouled. He's going to the line to shoot 2 free throws, so they could possibly
one down.
Yeah, they could possibly close to with an 11. We giving Santa a present, beating Philly. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna be lighting that menorah. That menorah is gonna be lit high on that one.
Yeah, man. We got to light a cigar, man. Yeah, I'm gonna come on the stream and we're gonna smoke a cigar. You know, can't smoke nothing else, but we'll smoke a cigar on screen and we beat Philly, man. That's my promise to y'all.
Smoke a candy cigarette.
Might even have a little drink or something. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna celebrate. That's what we really gonna celebrate. Yeah. We could celebrate 150 subs, but we definitely gonna celebrate beating Philly's ass. That's for sure. It's gonna be a party over here, Unpopular Opinion Sports. So y'all.
I got a question to ask Randy. Randy, I got a question to you.
Right, man. Smoking that Eagles pack.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, Randy, are you there?
He might. Well, he just commented. Maybe his mic ain't working.
He might be still eating.
That's cool. We'll get back to him. All right, last game. This is it, man. Again, Philly.
Win.
Coach says win.
I got us losing. because I think the game's not going to matter, and I
Me
think
too.
I think we'll drop this because I have us beating Philly. We're not. I don't think we're sweeping them. So if we have them winning in Philly, I think we're dropping this last game, and Lou will be happy. 11-6. And the
11-6.
Giants 11-6 on the season.
So you got. Let me see. Let me tally it up. 1, 2, 3, 4,
13-4.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Jeffy got 11-6. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12-5.
13-4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And coach has really got the optimistic on. He's going 13-4.
13-4.
I
Now,
hope I'm wrong. 11-6 ain't good enough for me. I want it better than that. So
11-6 is good. You know what I'm saying? 12-5 is better. 13-4 is like, yeah, we got to buy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So we all have tiers. Basically, I think Jeffrey, you've seen a little bit of an improvement from last season, which 11-6 would be pretty good. 12-4, 12-5. My record I got, man, is I think the Giants could win this division. To be honest with you, if Philly takes, because Philly's not going 13-4 again. I don't believe that. They got the toughest schedule in the NFL. Ours is tough. Theirs is tougher because they got to play a first place schedule. I don't see them going 13-4 again. So that being said, they're going to regress. I think we're better than Dallas. I think we're better than the Commanders. The Giants could very well win this division. I'm not going to go out on a limb just yet, but the way I'm kind of leaning right now is I think they will win the division with a 12-5 record. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think Jeffrey, you kind of like, hey, they're just going to make the playoffs. Coach think they're going to be dominant, man, which would be the best possible situation, man, for us, man. So good stuff, y'all, man. Any last thoughts, man, before we move on to the bum-ass Jets?
13-4, and the Giants will be the number 2 seed in the NFC.
I can't see that.
Who you think get number 1, Coach? Real quick.
San Francisco.
I can see it.
11-6. Giants get the 5th seed. I think Philly is still gonna. I think Philly might beat us by a game. I think they'll be 12-5 because they might have a tough schedule, but they became a tougher team. So I think the NFC East will have 2 teams with 11 plus wins, and Philly will edge us out by a game in the end.
Oh, wow. You hit a 3. All right. So what I do think too is I think this Giants team, like, there's no repeat winner in the NFC East. So it's Philly. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna win a division again this year. And the thing too is, for all we talked about Philly, I just seen a ranking. I don't know where I seen it, but according to this ranking, the Giants have the number 1 D line in football, interior defensive line. You know, not including the edge rushers, the edge, the outside linebackers. So just that line, that D line, is ranked number 1.
Wow.
This has got to be, if I could find the post out, I think they had San Fran number 2. Philly was like they wasn't even up there, man, because I don't know if they have faith in some
Davis.
of the older players, yeah, or even Jordan Davis, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it was PFF Nomads. They had them number 1. So I think this D-line is going to be good. I think they're going to be able to control a lot of teams with bad offensive lines. You're looking at the Cardinals, the Commanders, possibly. I don't know if the Dolphins line is any count. The Raiders line damn sure ain't no count. Green Bay, they've been struggling. The Rams line is garbage. So they're gonna push some teams around on defense, man. And I think ultimately, man, even
our interior defensive line is going to be our interior defensive line is going to be a problem for a lot of teams with Dex, Leo, with Nacho, and then you got Ashawn Robinson. We're so deep now at that defensive
DJ
tackle.
Davison,
DJ Davison, Jordan Riley,
Vernon Butler.
Mm-hmm.
They got a bunch of players, man. So I think this team, I think it's gonna be a pretty good team this year. And that's just not me being a homer. I try to be as fair as I could. I had them losing back to back with Buffalo, Miami. I think they got some tough games. They're gonna split the division outside of Washington. I think we sweep them. I think we split with Dallas and Philly. So
same thing.
We're not being crazy.
Check the private chat.
Predicts the Giants to an 11. Oh wow. Okay.
That's exactly what he's going with what I threw out there. 11 win season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They see they see the team coming together. They see this team with the talent, like we mentioned on the roster, supplementing with a lot more offensive and defensive playmakers and speed and depth. One thing we've been all talking about is depth and speed in the offseason. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what Joe Shane, Brandon Brown, and this coaching staff targeted. Depth all over the roster and a ton more speed on the outside. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's going to make this team and help us take the next step. It's just we have to finally solve the major issue with this New York Giants team, and that is avoiding the constant injuries every single season that wrecks our seasons. We have to make sure we don't have these injuries kill our season again.
Yeah, Nick Gates, man, he ain't gonna stand a chance against this. I applaud Nick Gates, man, and his comeback. But I mean, if Washington's really banking on Nick Gates to be their starting center, they might be in some trouble.
Lakers cut the lead to 9.
Yeah, the Lakers ain't gonna go away quietly, man. But Denver should be able to close this one out. We'll see, man. There's still a lot of time left. So got over 10 minutes left. So we'll keep an eye on that, man. But we're gonna move it over to the Jets.
J-E-T-S. Boom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luca.
Whack.
Sorry, Luca. And,
Whack. I mean, but honestly, man, the Jets should be a decent team, man. But let's see what Heart of the City thinks, man.
Yeah, exactly, Randy. Exactly.
Oh shit! All right, let me stop.
Kawhi would laugh about that one too.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
There he is.
All right, can y'all see this ugly green screen?
Yeah. Well, I like blue better than green.
Oh boy. Okay, man. Let's do this, man. Let's try to be fair about it. Jets and Bills, man. Who you got? Monday Night Football.
Jets. I have the Jets winning.
Jets. Coach.
Jets.
I'm going Buffalo.
I'm going Jets.
You going Jets? All right, I'm gonna add you in here, Randy. Randy says Jets. And I'll explain why I'm saying L, because I don't think they're gonna be they're gonna be on the same page at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna take some time for them to get used to playing with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is gonna take some time for him to get used to playing with his new teammates. You seen what happened in Green Bay last year. They never really got it together at all. That's because he had different receivers and whatever excuse you want to make for that dude, I don't really care. I don't think they beat Buffalo week 1. Not with the Bills team, man. The Bills should be able to take care of Aaron Rodgers now.
And the reason why I said the Jets are going to win is because last time they played against one another, Sauce absolutely shut down Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis. I think that that secondary of the Jets is gonna, especially those corners, are gonna be able to handle guys like Diggs and Gabriel Davis on the outside. So I think the Jets are gonna, and I think Garrett Wilson. I don't know why, but I think Garrett Wilson is about to explode this year into like a Jamar Chase like level.
Just remember, offenses always struggle in the beginning of the season, especially a newer offense with a new quarterback. Just keep that in mind. You know, this is why the Giants starting off a little bit quick, and then, you know, maybe the Jets don't start off as fast as a lot of people would think, but we'll see. Let's get into it.
That's what she said. Maybe I'm just going with like the reverse psychology or something. I have the team that is more well known starting off slower, and the team that is like, you know, all over the place starting faster. I don't know. Maybe it's just a reverse psychology.
I mean, anything can happen to NFL, man. That's just my logic with it. You know, I think teams, especially with new coordinators, you can see Philly start slow with just, you know, it always happens. That's why I like the Giants. That's why we get off the slow starts every season. Because every single season we have a new offensive coordinator or a new coach or a new GM or some one of the parts didn't change. You know what I'm saying? This is like one of the first years I think we kept it together, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming back from last season, man. But yeah, the way Denver's playing, they should be up by 30. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, man. It's like they took their foot off the gas all of a sudden.
Freaking LeBron.
You know,
they went to commercial and it was 109-100, and then they came back and it was 100-108. So they took
offensive foul.
They took a point away.
Does Buffalo and the Jets still count as the 9-11 game? I know it doesn't. Both teams rep New York. Buffalo's the only team that actually plays in New York State. Doesn't have the juice the Jets and Giants would have had. I'm disappointed in the NFL for not doing that. I mean, you know, this game just don't have enough juice. I know what they're trying to do. They want the quarterback storylines, man, but this is New York, man. We do heart of the city, man. You know, we want Jets Giants, man. So I'm a little peeved at the NFL.
Roger don't care what we want. Roger
I know he don't.
About the money. He only cares about that Jared money. Jared, where are you? Roger?
That's why we got to play Dallas, and that's why they get all the goddamn calls and beat us all the damn time. So
Roger, I need you to pick up that phone, Roger.
I know what they doing.
That phone, Roger. I need you to help us pull out that victory down in Dallas.
Oh, that's awkward.
No, that's awkward. Yeah.
Oh, that's awkward. Damn you, Randy.
Speaking of Dallas, week 2, Jets Dallas, 425 CBS, September 17th. Who y'all got?
I got the Jets. I got the Jets beating Dallas. I do.
And I guess
Dallas loses their first 2 games of the season to the New York teams that start out 0-2.
Home is green and black is away, right?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, Randy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at the Dallas Star you see in the upper left-hand corner.
I see it, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
At Dallas, yeah, I'm with you. That's a dub for the Jets.
Right.
Yeah, I got a dub for
Jerry
the Jets.
be sad because he got New York beating his ass.
Loss.
Beating that ass.
Coach says loss. Randy says dub. Explain, Coach. I always like to explain the losses. I don't know why. Explain why you think they might lose this game here.
Trust them on the road.
Just on the road, new team. I could see it. I could definitely see it now. Patriots. They coming back home to play the Patriots. What y'all think?
Jets lose. Lose.
Win.
Lose.
Jeff got lost.
This team doesn't know how to solve the Bill Belichick mystery. It's like there's a psychic bubble. Every time they see Bill Belichick on that Patriots sidelines, they just do something stupid every year to lose to that Patriots team. They did it twice last year, so I think it's going to happen again. Yes, exactly. Emotional damage. That's perfect, Randy.
I got the Jets winning this one, man.
Thank you.
I think the Jets. I just don't think New England's a good team. I know they got Bill Belichick, man, but I don't think they're a good team, man. I just don't. And the Jets defense should be able to handle Mac Jones in that offense. Their offense isn't good at all. Last we checked, so
Now, worried
got
about
the Jets
Juju
winning that one.
Smith-Schuster?
Not really. Not when you got Sauce Gardner over there, so you're not worried about that.
Come on, man. You're not afraid of his TikTok videos?
Nah, nobody on that offense scares me. That's the problem. When you going against now, they could beat teams that struggle on offense. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the Cardinals, maybe the Saints. I mean, whoever. You know what I'm saying? But the Commanders. But you got teams that got a really good defense that can pretty much shut down whatever the Patriots are trying to do on offense, because it did not look great last year. And they got I guess Bill O'Brien in here. I mean, last we seen him in Houston, he didn't look good.
I love Randy with like the outbursts at times.
Yeah, man, it's good, man. I like it.
I love
man.
it. I love it.
Adds to the show.
Keep getting pissed, man. Randy. We encourage it.
But KC, man, coming back Sunday Night Football, Kansas City. Randy says loss. Coach.
Loss.
NYG22
says L. How about you, Jeff?
I don't know why I got them either. They're beating either Philly or Kansas City. I think they're beating one of those two teams. I'm just trying to think of which one they're going to beat.
Philly.
You know what?
I know which one.
I'm going the other way. No, I'm going the other way. I'm saying they're beating Kansas City and losing to Philly because they don't ever play well against Philly. So I think they're beating Kansas City. I do.
Interesting. So I guess Aaron Rodgers versus the new Aaron Rodgers.
The discount double check bowl.
Yeah.
Half black bowl. Jake from State Farm tossing up the coin.
Yeah. The car insurance bowl. Let's put it like that.
After I toss up the coin, you can make sure you save a bundle on your Geico insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No, sir.
Nope.
Broncos at Denver, October 8th.
Loss.
Coach said loss.
No, they're winning. Jets are going to win.
Denver.
Randy?
I got them winning, yeah.
I got this as a I got a dub for the Jets here. Although I'm skeptical about it, but
right.
Jets versus Philadelphia. It's ironic the Philly game is Miss Wise walks into the room.
Okay, whatever.
Miss Wise is going to be happy. I got the Eagles beating the Jets. Eagles are going to beat the
Jets. Right when we used to do the Philly game.
Yeah.
You got the Eagles winning?
Yeah, I got the Eagles beating the Jets. I think the Eagles have always had a good history against the Jets. So, yeah, Eagles are beating them.
No, I got the Jets beating the Eagles.
Randy says dub. Coach.
Loss.
L for the Jets. Shit, I'm gonna say L too. I don't think they beat Philly. I'm telling you, this team gonna get off to a slow start, and it's gonna be. Oh, did the Jets make it? You know how they do this dramatization with the NFL. Oh, they're 3-0. They lost back-to-back games.
Jets fans will start self-destructing.
Well, you guys are like,
oh my God, who the hell?
Yeah, exactly. We'll be winning with all like the noise away from us, while the Jets fans are all self-destructing again.
Right, and that's what I'm banking on. So yeah, I think they're gonna take an L here. That's gonna put them. I got them at 3-3 at this point. Jeff, you got them at 4-2. Coach got them at 2-4, and Randy, you got him at 5-1. Okay. All right.
And the
Let's
Jets
move
fans
on.
will be going through emotional damage.
Well, New York Giants already said they was going to lose that game, so I'm giving them another L. Go back and look at everybody's pick. I don't think Randy, you picked this game. So, what do you think?
The
Yeah,
Giants.
we all had the Giants winning this game. So,
Yeah, I had you guys winning too.
okay, so it's
So an L.
all
for it.
across the board. L.
Sorry,
Take
Jets
this
fans.
L.
You're even
For that L meme.
Chargers Monday Night Football.
Win.
November
Win.
8th, and yeah, I think it's a win. I think this one they get back on track with you, Coach. Which I think. I just don't. I'm a type person. I don't have confidence in the dang on Chargers. I don't. I think that's a fluky ass team. I'm sorry.
I say
head
L.
coach?
They got a quarterback.
Is Brandon Staley still head coach?
Yes.
Oh, then Jets. No, not even hesitation. Brandon Staley sucks as a head coach.
Yeah. Who you got, Randy?
I got the Chargers.
Wow.
So that's an L for
Okay.
the Jets. All right. All right. Raiders.
Dub.
Yeah, Jets are gonna kill. Jets are gonna beat them too.
Yeah. I don't think the Raiders are gonna be very good. What you thinking, Coach? Coach?
Win.
Oh, I ain't hear you.
Win, baby, just win.
Win. Jets are winning. All right, we got 4 in a row.
Bye-bye, Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, he's done, man. Coming back against Buffalo, this time in Buffalo. November 19th. Might be cold up there.
L.
Yeah, I got an L. Split with Buffalo this year.
L.
Same.
Did I have them winning Buffalo?
I think the Jets swept Buffalo last year, I believe.
They swept one of them.
I think it was
'Cause
Buffalo.
They played Buffalo pretty tight too. That's for sure.
I know they beat Buffalo at home. I think they swept Buffalo last year.
Said Bill might retire after this year. Don't see that team being competitive. I don't either. Kraft might be tired of old Bill. I don't think he's tired of him. I just think, look, man, they sitting fat over there in New England, man. So they could be bad for a long time and still not. You got 6 Super Bowls. So 5 wins versus the Jets. Aaron Rodgers take a publicized retreat. Yeah, back into that dark room. The Giants going to send them back into the dark room, y'all. After that game, they're going to go back into the dark room, smoke him some crack, and then they're going to come out balling.
Dark room.
Said he was in the dark room smoking crack.
I never heard of
funny
anything
as
like
hell.
that. That was you're just setting yourself up.
Yeah, I gotta cover the Jets. Unfortunately, this heart of the city. I kind of made that commitment when I started the show. So, yeah, Joke is balling. Yeah, Joke is balling, man.
Oh,
I
my
want to see the Nuggets close this out.
So they split with Buffalo.
Oh, you said they split with Buffalo, so you got an L. Randy says L. Coach.
No, I'm just talking about their schedule last year. They split with Buffalo.
Oh, last year.
I'm trying to look at Miami.
You said win, Coach.
No, they lose to Buffalo.
They lose. I got them winning this one because I had them losing the last one.
They actually went 2-4 in the division last year.
Yeah.
They split with Buffalo and Miami, and then they lost both to New England. I don't know how, but they did.
They always lose to them.
It's the Bill Belichick juju, man. That Bill Belichick juju on that team.
Kellen Moore. Oh, I forgot they got Kellen Moore. Okay. Ain't going to make no difference. They'll just put up more points. That's all. They'll still lose.
Yeah, exactly, Randy.
41 degrees outside with the wind chill. Ooh, damn.
Playoffs?
I didn't think we don't win a game.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're thinking.
All right, who we got here? Dolphins. They ain't played the Dolphins yet. What y'all thinking here?
Win.
Coach says win.
Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna say win.
So we can see it. Say when?
Yeah,
Okay.
win.
Yeah, they'll win the first game. They'll win this first one at home.
Oh, they play again. I didn't see that. Okay.
Say when. Let's see. I'll go win. A little hesitant, but it's in Miami, so I think they should win that game, man. I don't know about Miami. I'm kind of skeptical about Miami this year too.
Go KCP, let's go.
Falcons. Who we got Falcons, man? How y'all feel about this Falcon game?
Win.
Oh, Jets are gonna win.
But it might be a bit closer than what people think. I just got this gut feeling.
Once that Robinson kid goes off, I think the Jets are just the better team.
You say win, coach?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Dub.
Steven, it's your fault. We didn't get him. Your fault, Steven. That was my running back, Steven. I'm putting you in timeout, Steven. You're not going to be able to run the Cowboys anymore because you get my running back out of Texas.
South of Montreal. Yeah, it is cold up there, man. Shit, man. Woo.
Is it cold up by you, Randy?
No, it's pretty warm, but we're dealing with forest fires right now.
Ooh.
Plattsburgh, New York. Where you at, Randy? You up in Toronto, right?
No. I'm out in Alberta, Leduc.
Oh, okay.
Stay safe, man. Stay safe.
West Coast. Yeah.
Houston Texans, man.
Dub.
I would like to think they could pull this one out. so I'm gonna go Dub.
Loss.
Lost.
I'm still going coach.
You saying lost too? Okay.
Lost.
Yeah.
Lost.
Shit. All right.
like
Why y'all think they're gonna lose this one? Think the trap game?
Trap game and that defense. Yes, because they're playing Miami right afterwards. So I think they're going to be thinking about Miami at that point, and I think Houston is going to get them.
Stingley and Sauce.
Yep. Plus, I think that's going to be C.J. Stroud is going to start getting in his rhythm towards the end of the season, and I like DeMeco Ryans and Dameon Pierce.
They got Will Anderson too. Yeah.
Anderson Jr.
Wow. I didn't think about that.
Dameon Pierce.
I'm going to still give him an L just for now, but that good point, y'all. Good points. All good, valid points. Miami, game number 2.
I sure hope they aren't, man.
Loss.
Coach says loss. What you got, Randy?
Too.
You got loss.
L. Yeah, L.
Loss. I'm going loss. And against the right-hander, we are the Commanders.
Man.
Oh, God, don't do that, please.
Man.
That can't be the last game of their schedule, is it?
Oh, man. Is it? Oh, no. I think I got 2 more. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what?
Okay.
Oh, they're screwed. They are screwed at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them beating Washington.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Dubs all the way across. Cool. All right. Cleveland. You said when?
Yep.
What you thinking?
I disagree. I have a loss, and I think it's going to be the Elijah Moore revenge game. Coming back to New York or playing against the Jets. So I think Moore's going to go off. Plus, they got Zadarius Smith, opposite of what do you call it? Myles Garrett. So I think that they're going to pull it out. Pause.
Okay. What you thinking, Randy?
Yeah, I'm with Jeff. I got an L on this one. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be really a battle in the trenches.
I got an L too.
Didn't they beat them last year in Cleveland?
Yeah,
they beat them last year in Cleveland.
They beat them last year, but that could be one of the reasons why they won't beat them this year. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I get it. They are improved, so
True.
But,
You're right,
know,
Coach.
Deshaun
we'll
Watson,
see.
a second year in that system.
Cleveland's division is brutal. Now I think
Brutal.
Cleveland is going to be competitive, but you have Baltimore, Pittsburgh is going to be definitely better than most people think, and Cincinnati. I think Cleveland is towards the end of the season. They're going to be in a tailspin, and they're going to be bottoming out.
Hey,
That could be true. Could definitely be true. Last game, man. Patriots, man.
loss.
Loss.
I disagree. I think the Jets
Lost.
finally get over the psychological edge of Bill Belichick and they win their last game.
Yeah, I got him with the L here. Yeah, I mean, they could get swept again by the Patriots. I mean, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I respectfully got them splitting in a division, so I'm gonna give them a L here in New England. And then you don't know, the Jets may not need this game. We don't know how it's gonna shape out, you know. So maybe the Pats don't need it either. Maybe they just roll out their second unit. Who knows, man? But last games of the season are kind of tricky to predict, but I do think that the Jets will lose the final game of the season. All right, let's add it up. Jeffy,
Every time I see Dennis Schroeder, I always keep thinking about Scrappy Doo. Let me at him, Scoob.
Jeff, 10-7 for the Jets.
8-9.
It's respectable.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got them 10-7 as well. Coach, you said what, 8-9?
I think the Jets and Giants will finish about the same records.
No, I think the Giants gonna be better.
Well, yeah, they'll be better, but I think the records will not be that far off. So I had the Giants 11-6, and I had the Jets 10-7.
Damn, got them. Randy got them 10-7 too. So we all got them at 10-7.
Hey, coach is like F the Jets. They're going under 500.
Nah, I don't think he's wrong though. I think that this season could go like that for the Jets, man. It's Aaron Rodgers, man. That's the funky thing right there, because we don't know, is he gonna be totally committed to the Jets and what they're trying to do moving forward. You know, he could be one and done there. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
One and done this season is going to be, after the season, they're going to lose their GM and their head coach. And don't forget, their first round draft pick is going to Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And that could be
goes back. No, I'm just kidding.
That could be, you know, if you guys are thinking, you know, Brett Favre went over there with the Jets, didn't work
Vikings,
out,
right?
And then now Aaron Rodgers going over there, man. And I just don't think it's gonna work out. I think they're gonna win some games. They're gonna lose some games. They might get may probably make the playoffs, and I think that it's going to be I got them making the playoffs with a 10-7 record, but I mean, it's going to be as a wild card. They're not winning the division. I think that still goes to Buffalo, but yeah, I he played for $60 million. Yeah, I mean, look, the Jets got a long way to prove themselves, man. Right now, 10-7, I think that's fair. If you think they just want to come in with Aaron Rodgers and just click all of a sudden, I mean, I don't know how much football you watch, because that very rarely happens. So
the Jets season will be determined not because of Aaron Rodgers. It'll be determined because of their offensive and defensive lines. Their offensive line is still not good. I think their tackle position could absolutely detonate that team. And I think their edge rush depth is still a question too. So that's the one thing that can hurt this team, is their edges at offensive tackle and at outside linebacker / defensive end.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what could hurt them. They coach.
I'm not as down on
Coach.
Salah as others are.
I ain't really a fan. I think he's a decent coach. I don't think he's a coach that necessarily going to work well with a guy like Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know what the whole Hackett situation. It just seemed funky. And he bringing in Randall Cobb and all these other cats. And I'm like, all right, man.
Alan
Maybe
Lazard.
Lazard's good.
yeah, Lazard. I mean, maybe they put up some points. You know, maybe the offense looks better than last year, but maybe the defense regresses, and maybe that puts Salah on the hot seat, man. And he takes the blame for this failed season with the Jets. I don't see it ending up well with them. They got too much headlines. They're already starting to chirp and talk a whole lot, and that just never works out. You remember, Randy remembers that old Eagles dream team.
Yeah.
That type of shit, man, don't work, man. In the NFL, you know. So
Our 08 team chirped a little bit, and then Plexico Burris did what he did, and well,
yeah, we was coming off a Super Bowl though. I mean, so like, respectfully, you won the championship. You can kind of talk. The Jets ain't been to the playoffs and God knows. So I don't know what y'all talking for, man. You guys got to make the playoffs first.
Jets haven't seen a Super Bowl since '69.
Man, when is the last time they made the playoffs?
2010. They're the longest franchise in all four sports to not make the playoffs is the New York Jets. I think when we took care of them, 2010 when they were in the AFC Championship against, I believe, Pittsburgh was the last time they were in the. It was Indianapolis. It was Pittsburgh or Indianapolis.
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah. Because remember, they were really
Mark
good.
Sanchez?
Yep. They were actually a good team in 2011. That 2011 game between the Giants and the Jets was the beginning of the downward spiral of the Jets. Because after Victor Cruz went 99 yards, the Jets have not recovered as a franchise since.
Yep. And watch your boy what's my man's name? Jalen Hyatt. Let's go 99 yards on him.
Yeah. Darius Slayton does that. The Giants fans might collapse on the ground if Darius Slayton goes 99 yards and catches it for a touchdown.
Man, I won't. He been doing it, man. Everybody just points to, his drop passes or whatever, man. But
6 points.
Yeah, Lakers are cutting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6 now.
LeBron's starting to enforce himself at the line. Refs are starting to be like, LeBron's driving to the basket. Get those whistles out, everybody.
Yeah,
Plus, Jokic, he's got 4 fouls, and Murray's got 5.
Ooh, they can't lose Murray. He's having a great game tonight. They can't lose him. It's a great game, by the way. We could, if you want, maybe we could do like the play-by-play of this game for a little bit. It's almost over. If you want, NYG.
The Laker game, yeah, we can get into the Lakers. The last thing I want to touch on.
Jokic.
Yeah, he threw that away. Try to get it to
Yankees won. I'm just gonna get the scores and then we could talk about the game. The Yankees
3
won.
points.
6-3. Weber got the win. Peralta got the save. So
Reeves for 3.
Yankees a little bit on the run here. Mets disappointed 8-5. What's new? Verlander.
They fucking suck.
Verlander. Dang, he's got a 4.76 ERA. Woo. Not looking good there, Justin. Why couldn't you do that? Why you wait to the Mets to do that? Why you want to do that in Houston?
Right.
Yeah, because the Mets. This is what us Mets fans deserve, right? Getting beat down every year.
But yeah, man. Any comments on the baseball? Go ahead, man. Just taking a look at this game right now. It's a 3-point game. 3:22 left. I got a timestamp. 3:22 in the fourth. Lakers on a 9-0 run. Yeah.
Well, I'll say about the Mets. The Mets are an absolute disaster right now. They really are. And I wonder if like the Buck Showalter answer the message that was being given last year is just not resonating because this team looks like a boring, dead, lifeless baseball team that can't hit consistently. When they finally do
I remember that,
score,
Levance.
they can't pitch. They finally score 5 runs tonight, and they give up 8 to Tampa Bay. Verlander decides to suck it up tonight. I know Tampa Bay's good, but I mean the Mets are a friggin' disaster. They really are. I really want to be optimistic about this team, but right now they've given me no hope. The Mets right now are beating me down as a fan. So I don't know what to expect.
And really, the Yankees ain't no better. I mean, I get it.
No, I disagree. They are better. They're much better than the
won. But I'm saying from a standpoint of being disappointing. You know what I'm saying? The Mets are disappointing right now. They're 20-23. You have a weak division. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, your pitching should be better. You know, your hitting should be better, obviously, but really what disappoints me in every season with the Mets is their pitching. You know, you got DeGrom, who couldn't stay healthy. Now you got Verlander, who's not been able to stay healthy and is underperforming. So,
yeah. I was worried about the pitching. I was one of the few people that mentioned it earlier on before we did the season preview. I was one of the guys that said I was worried about this pitching staff. I was going into the season because they're older. These guys are going to break down. Sorry.
Nah, looks
Gordon
like
missed the second shot.
But I was worried about the Mets pitching the entire time. I really was. And I'm not shocked at all that this Mets team is not pitching as well as I thought they would. They're older. They're broken down. I can't stay. If I had to see David Peterson on the mound again for the Mets, I might just I might give up watching baseball. This dude is an automatic giving up 6 runs a game every single start. Jesus Christ.
Oh, what was that?
You had like a rock concert?
What a lob.
Oh, I see what he's got. Oh, there we go. Lob City! Jamal Murray to Aaron Gordon. There you go. Russell Wilson's pumped up.
Oh, three.
Who's pumped up?
Russell Wilson.
Wilson.
Russell Wilson's pumped up because he's in Denver, remember?
That's right.
Uh-oh. Oh, Austin Reeves with the 3. Back-to-back big threes by Austin Reeves. 127, 124.
I'm a little bit behind you guys. Pause.
Yo, bro, I love KCP. Davius Caldwell Pope, man. That dude is got ice in his damn veins. Oh, look at that. Look at that drive by KCP to the basket. He's got like, what, 24?
Best.
The Lakers have got – wow.
I love this.
Austin Reeves, man. I mean, like
got
this.
The hot hand.
Yeah, man. He's got that. The way he shoots kind of reminds me of what's my man's name? Steve Kerr. Kind of his release, his form. You know what I'm saying?
And then a foul by Porter on LeBron.
Oh.
Nah, Murray, you can't play ISO. Don't do that. And he did it. Don't play ISO basketball, man. All you got to do is just operate your offense and draw the foul. I didn't like that shot.
Yeah, same.
That was a bad shot by Murray. You got to be better than that.
Yeah.
Can't get them all, Reeves. So, moving on. Yeah, that one didn't fall.
Oh, my God, LeBron. Are you serious? Bro, you're like twice the size of Michael Porter Jr., and you fell down like you ran into a damn brick wall.
He wasn't prepared for that.
That's that era.
And he makes the second. 126, 129.
Oh, the game, though, to end it, though. I'll say that.
Actually, he always act like he's so hurt and just like, man, this dude's a drama queen, man.
Hey, AD didn't get hurt in this game.
Hey,
Surprisingly.
a little bit of time left.
Well, that's right. You know what I'm saying?
Randy, I didn't think about that.
He could be hurt coming out the huddle. Ah, shit.
Either a 1-point game
You
or
heard
they
drinking
could
some
tie it.
water.
Ah, shit.
Murray, don't try to take him up. There you go. There you go. Ah, man, he had a
LeBron
wide
shot
open
a
three. He
three.
missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me the Lakers are going to win this game. Don't tell me the Lakers are going to win this game.
Here's Murray.
Oh, there goes Scrappy Doo getting mad again.
Scrappy Doo.
That's what I'm going to call Dennis Schroeder, Scrappy Doo. Because he acts like Scrappy every time something doesn't go his way. Let me at him! Let me at him!
Joker gets the call.
Get
was
that
very
ball
late.
to Jokic.
Yeah, they did. He got a penalty called, but it was very late.
Oh, my God, yeah. Is that AD or Achimura?
AD, yeah. Grabbed him on his hand. Or like,
AD's probably like, oh, shit, I didn't get hurt this whole game. That's a record.
4-point
Man.
lead. 26 seconds left.
4-point game.
As you say that, he gets to the back. He's like, what the back?
If he doesn't do the football flips, he never get a call.
Yeah. He didn't do the Larry Donnell.
Got the second.
Yeah, dude is a flop artist, man.
It's like James Harden and Joel Embiid. They flop every second.
Oh,
Philadelphia floppers.
Man, Philly. The Sixers, man. I mean, look here, man. It's over. It's over. It's
What do you think,
over.
Randy? You think that Sixers team is going to detonate
It's
now that
over.
Doc is gone?
I think it's over.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors that apparently Harden wants, like, even though he didn't like Doc, apparently there's a lot of, even Mitch said today that he heard that the Rockets is where he wants to go back.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
Might be a blessing to get him out of there.
Yeah.
Let him
For
go
the
back to the
last
Rockets.
time, for the last time, everybody, nobody won the James Harden Ben Simmons trade. We all lost.
See?
Nobody won. So
Yeah.
you want to
The
take
Nets
your
the Nets damn sure ain't win, and the Sixers, for all they talked and all they poked their chests out about, man, went out with a whimper.
9 points in a game 7.
bro. We haven't won a trade probably since like the Jason Kidd trade.
Man, yeah.
I don't remember the last time we won a trade.
I can't even remember who was in that trade. Like
Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson. No, it was that
That's
Jason
right.
Kidd trade. And then we got the Richard Jefferson, Jason Collins,
Good.
and I believe Brandon
Mhm.
Armstrong. We picked up for the late Eddie Griffin out of
That's
Seton
right.
Hall.
Yeah.
Oh my God, LeBron just gave up. He like turned the ball over and he just turned around and started walking.
Good. Let's see this.
What the hell?
Done.
Good job, LeBron.
Get his ass out of here.
Good.
The ball. He's
And
like,
then
"All
why
right,
would
just
you
got
foul
away
them?
from me
You're
there."
down by 5. Why would you foul them? You lost. Yeah, LeBron's like, good job, Jamal. You had a good game. Good job. Pat on the back. Token pat on the back. Oh, it was Jamal Murray that picked his pocket from
Ooh,
behind.
he missed the first one.
Most not remember. I don't want to ever hear Keith Van Horn and star in the same sentence. And I like Keith Van Horn. He was never a star.
Key was good.
He was
He
good.
was good. Yeah,
He fit the team. He would fit the role on the team. But when we got RJ in there, Keith Van Horn became expendable.
6-point game.
Yeah, this is over. I think this is about over.
Should we do predictions? You want to do a quick prediction with everybody in the? He was in college. He was a star, not in.
Yeah, he was. He was. You right.
Not in the NBA. He was a solid player in the NBA.
He was decent. Yeah. Early Keith Van Horn was a star.
It's a lot more, I think, with Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin and that squad that helped out Keith Van Horn. Because when RJ got his opportunity and was starting to play more coming off the bench, remember Richard Jefferson came off the bench the first year, and Van Horn was starting at I believe he was at small forward, because then they moved RJ to small forward.
Small forward.
And they moved Kenyon Martin to power forward. That's when that offense took out. That's when the offense took off. When they had that run and gun offense and defense. So
Jason Kidd, man. You know what I'm saying? But
I miss that Nets team. That was such a fun Nets team.
What you want to predict the Heat?
Well, both series. Like, we'll give our predictions for what we think will happen in both series and who we think will be in the NBA Finals.
I think this is going 7. This Lakers Nuggets series. Like, I want Denver to win, but I just got this nagging suspicion that they trying to get LeBron at finals again, man. So I'm gonna go Lakers in 7. Denver almost gave this game away. I ain't like that. They should have put this team away. This game should not have been this close.
It's over.
That shows me a little bit of lack of you know what I'm saying, that killer instinct, man, which the Nuggets need to have, man. You're going against LeBron James and Anthony Davis, man. They got these kids out there that's shooting threes and stuff now. So I see the Lakers winning this game. It's now that I've gotten to like really watch the game in totality. I even though Denver won, I still see the Lakers end up winning this in 7. It's going 7. Denver should win, but I think they lacking something, son. I feel you see what I'm saying? It just feels like they missing something. You know, you should have put this Laker team away. This should have been a blowout.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, man, but
I understand, but
what you think?
I'm going Nuggets. I think everybody's been disrespecting this organization, this team, saying that they're frauds. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I was one of the few guys out there that kept saying Jamal Murray being back after being out with injury, that dude is a difference maker on this team, and that dude is going to help put this team over the top. And look what happened tonight. Murray again had another huge game, and he's been a major difference maker because now you got that other superstar for that Nuggets team to play off of besides Jokic. And Michael Porter Jr. being back has also been a good addition, as well as KCP. So I think the Nuggets are going to win, and I'm going to say it's going to go 6. I'm going to say 6 they're going to win. Nuggets in the NBA Finals. Okay. Yep. I'm high on this Nuggets team.
That says hand put rule, I guess Hamachi.
Ryu Hachimura,
on Jokic, and that changed the game in the second half. Yeah, you can't put AD on him because you just gonna burn AD out. So that was a smart coaching move. Let the other guy get fouls, and you can't let your superstar foul out the game because he's spending all his energy on defense. This is what we've been talking about with Claxton and Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
You know? So definitely a smart move, man. And I think something just telling me, man, that the Lakers got some up their sleeve, man. I think they're gonna pull this one out. I hate to say it, trust me, y'all, but I had this nagging suspicion, man, since the Lakers got into the playoffs that they was gonna do some damage. But what you think, Randy?
Yeah, I got the Nuggets. Like yourself, I had a little bit of suspicion about the Lakers just because, like you said, I feel like the NBA is trying to get LeBron another ring. But I don't know, man. Even though they did give up the lead, they never really let them get them too close within like striking distance other than 3 points. And even when they did that, they scored right away to kind of make it a 2-score game. It'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward because like Nomad said, once they put Hachimura on Jokic, it kind of changed the game in the second half. So we'll see what will happen come game 2. But I'm going to ride with this Lakers team this Nuggets team just because I like Jamal Murray. And I feel like they're going to be able to pull it off. And I say they'll do it in 7.
Okay, that's fair. Lakers had the game easily with the comeback. Nuggets got problems moving forward. About the best game the Nuggets have played while the Lakers play like trash. Lakers in 6. Yeah, I could see it, man. I could definitely see it, man. Leaf, what's good? What's good, Leaf, man? I'll drop the link in here for you. Probably gonna go another 15 minutes and I'm gonna shut it down. But you can come up talk some basketball with us, man. Y'all go sub the Leaf, man. Um, does good work, man, with the NBA, most definitely, man. And he is a Nets fan, so bunch of miracle shots. Yeah, I get it, man. But the Lakers probably could have played a worse game and it been that close. I mean, they didn't play well at all, and to only lose by
Is,
6.
is Anthony Davis going to put up 40 points again, though?
No.
Davis,
And that's my problem. Is
Reed-
Anthony
and
Davis going to
Reed,
be
too.
there all the way through Game 7?
So, yeah,
Yeah,
Here
no,
is
I disagree.
here's the problem. The fourth quarter, they went to zone, and AD was basically playing in the middle, and they put Rui on Joker and basically
yeah.
turned AD into the help defender. That was a good
Mhm.
plan defensively. Offensively, in the fourth quarter, they had 34 points, and they only made 9 field goals. Where did the other points come from? The goddamn free throw line.
Mm.
That's what happened. Unless the Lakers is only going to win any of these games unless there's no way the Lakers are going to win in none of these games unless they shoot over 25 to 30 free throws. That's the only way they're going to win. That's the only way they've been winning since the damn trade deadline, man. This team has been getting carried, man, like since that day. They moved them from 13th all the way to 7th. I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy, man. I just wanted to come in here and say that little piece, man. Pop, man, love the show.
No doubt, man. But what's good, man? What's good, man? Appreciate you coming through, man. We was chopping it up on the Nets earlier, man.
Yeah. I did
give you.
something with Breeze earlier, but I ain't want to harp on that. I wanted to harp on the BS of the draft lottery.
Oh, man,
yeah, the BS of the draft lottery, because I'm thinking to myself, I wanted to do a podcast and I wanted to invite everybody that I potted with or got it on jumped on each other's pod to ask the question, how would you market the NBA? That was going to be my big question on my next podcast. I'm gonna try to do it at sometime this week. I'll try to give people some time to answer the question, maybe like in a community or something like that in a poll. Okay. But one of the reasons why is because I thought the perfect team for a Victor Wembanyama to me was Utah, and I explain why. One of the and just speaking on a basketball standpoint, if you want to protect if you want to protect a draft prospect like that, you have to put him around certain pieces where he could be like successful right away, a la Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan
so
came.
You don't think the Spurs would be a good with Popovich?
Well, one thing. Well, Pop is going into the Hall of Fame, and he may retire after this year. That's one. So the Popovich era in San Antonio might already be over. 2, I'm looking at that roster. I don't really see anything to work with, and this is one of the reasons why I picked Utah as a landing destination for him. From a basketball standpoint, was they had vets. You had your vets with Clarkson and I think they still have Rudy Gay on the team. You had vets. You had players that were playing for something. If you go look at that Utah Jazz team when they started the season, they was the first team to 10 wins in the season. They was the first team to there. Everybody. It seemed like everybody on that team was on a revenge tour because they all got traded from somewhere. They all got told no. When you got a team, it's easy to motivate a team like that if you're in that type of locker room, because you're going to see a team on the schedule that somebody got traded from. You're going to be like, yo, this is who they traded you for. You really going to allow that to happen, bro? It's easy to, from a motivational standpoint, it was easy to motivate that team. It's one of the reasons why I picked that team to watch a lot of their games, and they played offensively. They played great. Defensively, they didn't unlock Walker Kessler to the middle of the season, and he's turned into a top 5 rim protector in the league. So you got hit. So you appear Victor Wembanyama with that at the 4. That's basically Triple J playing with Steven Adams. He don't have to bang. That's the thing about it. He don't have to bang, and with his slim frame, he don't have to bang. He can just play help defense and play finesse, a la AD, a la Triple J. Because AD is a great help defender as we know it. His one-on-one defense is sorry, because you've seen what Joker just did to him early in the night in the one-on-one situations. His one-on-one defense is not that great, and
But the
everybody
help
knows that.
defense,
That's been the story of his basketball career coming from college. You understand? So the thing about it, I thought Utah was the perfect destination for him in terms of vets, and then having him to put him in a situation somewhat similar to Tim Duncan when he came to the Spurs, and they already had David Robinson and they already had the team set up. All he had to do was just fill in the blanks, and he filled in the blanks, and it turns out to, and then 22 years later, you got 50 wins a season, and you got 5 rings out of it in a Hall of Fame career. You know what I'm saying? So I think the NBA really screwed up earlier tonight with this draft lottery, because he simply just went to the wrong team. I know why he went there, because the San Antonio Spurs have most of the French fan base because of Tony Parker.
Because of Parker, yeah, that makes
because
sense.
of Tony
That
Parker.
makes sense.
So it made
I didn't think
sense
about that.
so it made sense from a marketing standpoint, but it didn't make sense to let him groom. The reason why it didn't make sense for him to let him groom, because the NBA is bad at what they do. They bad at putting certain situations together, and they bad at marketing, and they think they're good at it, and they haven't been good at it. The Adam Silver is not really supposed to be the commissioner right now. It's supposed to be somebody else. Adam Silver is only supposed to be in charge of marketing, campaign. Those are the things that he's good at. He's not good at advancing this league as a whole. And from the time that he got the market, and from the time that he got the league front office position from David Stern from back in 2014, it's been a shambles ever since. I've been paying attention to the ratings, and I've been paying attention to the marketing standpoint of that sort. This is one of the reasons why I want to have a show. I want to do a pod, and I want to try to invite as many people as I possibly can to get their take on how they will market the league in terms of off the court and on the court as well, and a lot of things that they would change that's in the league currently that a lot of people is just not 100% on. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think what I think too, Leaf, man, is I think they gotta stop this kind of this superstar forcing their way off teams and teaming up with this player. I don't know how you do that, but that right there is why the NBA doesn't have a lot of parity. Like, when you see and you look in the NFL is a league where your team can be good or bad from one year to the next. Usually in the NBA, you don't see those type of jumps. The bad teams usually stay bad. You know what I'm saying? Right. For years. You know what I'm saying? And I think the reason why is because, the superstars control pretty much where they want to go. They can force their way off this team, go to that team, yada, yada, yada. It's the whole KD situation. That's why I thought the Nets was going to do something different, but ultimately Joe Tsai and Sean Marks caved in and got KD and Kyrie out of there. I mean, which I guess they did the best they could, but I mean, at some point you got to stop these superstars, man, from just taking control and just forcing their way to go to other teams when you invested so much. Look at what we invested in KD, Kyrie, and freaking Harden. You know what I'm saying? And you just they gotta find a way to try to curb that or come up with some type of rule or some type of situation where
they have actually, and I'm gonna tell you what it is: supermax contracts. Notice the players with supermax contracts like that's gotten the 200 mil and the 170 plus mil, 100, 200. Anybody that's got a $200 million contract in the past couple of years, they have not moved from their initial teams. None of them. Out there, you can name Steph. I think the only 2 people that's probably moved is Russ and John Wall. And they had big contracts when they came from their initial teams as well, but they only moved because they got traded. They wasn't able to control their destination. But I understand what you're saying from that standpoint. But
it's and a lot of times it is them getting traded. It's not necessarily like you said with the free agents, like with the LeBron decision. It's them getting on the team, being upset like Dame Lillard is now in Portland, like KD and Kyrie was over here. You know what I'm saying? And wanting to push their way off the team into a contending team, man. And I'm just like, man, that that hurts the NBA as far as parity. And you can't have one part of the league or certain teams in the league be good from year in and year out, because then you're losing the interest of fan bases like Team Orlando, like not San Antonio, but OKC or the Hornets down there. So that's how I feel about it. As far as marketing, man, I just think they need to be more consistent, man. As far as if you get a good player on your team, you should be able to keep that player and not have that player be a distraction just because the team ain't doing, good from one year to the next. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mets makes a good point. Says, is Becky Hammond going to get a head coaching gig? Probably
Yes.
not. I don't know.
Yes, I think she is. I believe she is. She will get a head coaching spot.
You think it'll be this year?
I don't know about this year, but I will say in the next 2 to 3 years, Becky Hammond will be a head coach in the NBA. Yes, I do. I think she's got the credentials. Being under that Popovich tree, she has every ounce of experience to become an NBA coach. I just think it's just that right time to make it happen. I think that's what a lot of people are. It's just that breaking that wall. I think that's the one thing that's holding her back right now, because she's absolutely eligible to be a head coach right now. She has everything to be a good head coach. I think they just have to break that wall.
Don't fall on that. What happened at Vegas either. I mean, while the situation may sound as bad as it was, what she actually said is, we need bodies now, which is why you're being traded. She shouldn't have said it like that, but she was also being real to De'Erica, to let her know that's the reason why you're trading, because we're chasing for a championship. And, it's best if you can go to LA and you can sit for a little bit. You have your baby, do whatever you got to do, get maternity, so on and so forth. They're chasing championships. And that's really what it boils down to. So, but everyone is making it seem like because she got suspended 2 games that she really did something egregious per se. It's just that, you know what? She should not have said it the way she said it. She could have said it in a different manner. But the bottom line is, what she's saying is, we're chasing the championship and we need the spot, because in the WNBA, they only get, based on your salary, you either get 12 or 11 slots. If you're high in salary, you only get 11 slots. So if she's out on maternity leave, that means you have 10 players to play your games. So what she was saying is, in terms of a business decision, she needs that slot, and she can't do it with her being out on maternity and having a baby. Not the fact that she is having a baby, and that's where it's getting twisted, that she's opposed to women having babies or WNBA players. No, it's not that.
And also, I mean, it might be a controversial thing to say, but at this point, it is what it is. Is the NBA and sports in general ready for a female to become the head coach of a squad in a male-dominant sport right now? It's got to throw it out. You have to throw it out there, because right now you are starting to see women put themselves in prominent positions in organizations, but we have not seen a female head coach yet, a head coach in one of the 4 main sports so far. So are they ready to go to that position? Are they ready to give the reins to somebody like Becky Hammond, who qualification-wise, she's ready? But are they going to be able, is an organization going to be that first organization that says, you know what, we trust in you. We don't care we don't care about your sex. We put trust in you because we know you're the right person for the job, and we're going to give you full reins. That's what I'm also wondering too. Whether you think it's a controversial, sexist comment or not, it has to be thrown out there, because it's unfortunately in the back of people's minds, whether you like to say it or not.
No, it's the truth, and I get it. It's just, didn't the G League have a woman head coach before?
The G League, yes, but I'm talking about one of the 4
No,
major sports in the
no, I get that. I get that. That's why I'm saying I think the NBA is, in a sense, ready for it. What they're doing is, I think they're slowly going about it.
Yes.
So now if you're saying right now this
Good point,
year,
that's a good point. Our male players ready, because some of them are going to be chauvinistic when it comes to that. It's unfortunately just the nature of the beast. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you kind of already have some assistant coaches. Like Coach said, they're kind of getting that ready, even in the NFL too. You're seeing some assistant female coaches, come up the ranks. I think ultimately it's gonna happen. I feel like obviously women deserve. I mean, if women can play basketball in college and in the WNBA, then they should have the opportunity to coach.
And there's
Obviously.
males that coach in the WNBA too. Gino Oriama's been coaching in college basketball for the women for years at Connecticut. So if a male can coach a women's basketball team, why can't a female coach a male basketball team?
That's true.
You're gonna have to get over, your male dominant type feelings. Be like, well, I don't want to listen to her because she's a woman. No, you're going to go out there and you're going to listen to her. She's going to give you the best.
And I think that's why it works. Not to cut you off. I think that's why it works in college and in college and maybe even in like high school or something like that. I think it works there because the kids are younger. You got these men, these 30, 40-year-old men in the NFL and the NBA, and they got egos, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it probably worked better in college, but I ultimately think the way this society is trending anyway, when you look at a lot of the things that are going on, I don't want to comment too much on it. They'll shut my stream down. But I think if you're paying attention to what's going on, you starting to see more women really start to take charge. Because to be honest, before, now I'm going into history a little bit, man, but just to kind of clarify what I'm saying, before this patriarch society and the rise of the patriarch, there was, because I do a lot of ancient history studies, there was a rise in matriarch. A lot of the ancient tribes in the Americas were all matriarchal. American Indians were matriarchal. So there is definitely a shift to go back to that. People were talking about, the first woman president, and different things like that. So you're starting to see women kind of start to rise up and take their place, so to speak, back as being leaders in the society, So, guys are going to have to get over it. Like you said, Jeffy, man, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's good for the sports. To add that diversity, you know what I'm saying? And it'll get more women interested in sports and athletics and different things.
It's like with everything. It's like, I'll just say this real quickly. I apologize, Coach, but it's like with anything. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, a man, white, black, Spanish. It doesn't matter. If you are the best option for that coaching position, general manager position, or whatever it is for that organization, you make the right decision, not based on sex, not based on race, not based on any of that stuff. You base it on who best represents and who will represent your organization to the best of their ability and who is the best fit, plain and simple. It's really ridiculous how that kind of stuff dictates some of the decisions made in sports nowadays when it comes to that situation. It's uncomfortable for me to talk about it, but it has to be put out there because Tommy says it right there. Mark Jackson. That dude should be a head coach now. Sam Cassell too. That dude, Mark Jackson should have been a head coach many years ago, but we don't need to go into detail why.
I'm going to say that. I'm just going to say this, okay? For guys who have an issue with a woman being in any type of leadership position, especially if you come from a single parent household and it was your mother or your grandmother who was raising you, aren't you contradicting yourself? And I'm just going to leave it right there.
Yeah, no, say less, man, because that's how I feel about it too, Coach. It's like people forget that, a lot of us, man, especially in the black or colored community, whatever you want to call it, we were raised by our grandmothers and our mothers. A lot of us were, not everyone. Of course, I had my dad in my life, You know what I'm saying? But not everyone is the same. But even still, even the 2-parent homes, the grandmother was still in charge. She organized the family reunions. She got the family together. She was the glue. Everybody called grandma when something was going on or whatever. So she was still pretty much in charge of the family, man, even in the households that had both of their parents. But a lot of us were raised by our moms and our grandmothers, man. And when you look at that from an NBA standpoint, Coach makes a good point. It is contradictory, man, for you to look at it that way when you were yourself, raised by a woman, so I definitely, we could get more deep into this conversation, man. I don't want to piss nobody off. I try to keep these streams light and less political, man. But politics
apologize.
is a part of sports.
I didn't mean to pay.
No, it's not your fault, man.
But at the same time,
we can still talk about it, man.
You have to be open-minded. You have to be open-minded.
Just got to be careful what you say because people get offended about.
Exactly. You have to be open-minded on everything. So, we'll stop. I'll stop it there.
That's good. Met said it's all about who the owners are most comfortable with. Naturally, you're going to be the most comfortable with the people you identify with. Not saying it's right. Tommy says Rivers Williams getting fired after putting the teams back in the playoffs year after year. Women co-beating assistant coaches, but a head coach has to galvanize the locker room. Women just can't do that. I disagree. I think they can. I think they can.
I want to say something to Tommy in reference to that. Now, mind you, it is not going to be it's not going to be the NBA. It's not going to be the NFL. But I'm telling you right now, a woman can galvanize a locker room. The woman who is running the league of all leagues, and I just found out there are 3 leagues across this country for the minor league semi-pro that the men, grown men, and you have men even in their 50s playing, that these women lead these men and they definitely galvanize them. So it's a slippery slope. I understand where you're going, but it can be done. We as a society, in a sense, we have to really change the mindset in reference to that, because that's just basically saying a woman can't lead. And if these young men coming from these single households with mothers, with grandmothers, or whatever woman is leading, it should be easier for them to understand and adapt to it and transition and accept it. And they should be the ones lead in the forefront, helping to lead and bring about that change, because they're the future and they're the ones that are going to help really bring about that change. Because that's just for me, that's the reality. It doesn't matter. Jeff said it earlier. It doesn't matter who you are. If you got the skills, line it up. Whoever's the best person, let them lead.
And I'll just answer Tommy's question right here that's on the screen. Doc Rivers got fired because the Philadelphia 76ers underachieved in the playoffs for multiple years. Monty Williams got fired because the Suns were supposed to be a team with all the talent they had to go further than they did. And there's a reason why. He was the scapegoat, unfortunately, but that team went out in the playoffs a lot sooner than they should have. And look at Budenholzer, a guy that won a championship a couple years ago with the Bucks, got ousted as well after this season. So I can't go by that when it comes to the situation we were talking about. Those teams just underachieved as playoff teams, and that's the reason why those guys were all ousted. Budenholzer, Rivers, and Monty Williams. Not because of any other reasons, because their teams underperformed when they needed them to play better in the playoffs.
Absolutely, man. Well said, man. Tommy says the NFL, the most demanding sport, a head coach woman is a while before we see that, and a head coach for the NBA take a while, but sooner than the NFL. I think it's going to be sooner than you think. And the NFL has been nipping at it too a little bit here with some of the women assistant coaches. So you're definitely going to see a lot of these women rise up the ranks. You're seeing a lot in the front office. I know the Giants got a couple ladies on their training staff.
Yep.
Officials, game
Yes,
officials.
Yep.
officials.
You're gonna
So
see
you,
a lead official for the women's, lead female official soon enough.
so you're gonna start this, like Coach said, you're starting to slowly see this implemented, man. And regardless of what men think or not, this is good for the game. Roger Goodell knows it. The Adam Silver knows it. The owners know it. They know, like, these people, Coach tell me all the time, these people think about business. This is a business move, man. They want women involved and more interested in these sports. And if you have women figures in sports, not just the WNBA, but the actual NBA or the NFL, then it's going to get more of an interest, because you're going to see women, just some women anyway, just watch, because they're going to be pulling for the women to do well, and I mean, that's respectful, man. I get what you're saying, Tommy. That's another side of it. The whole black coach thing. We could get into that, man, but I'm not going to do that tonight. But I get what you're saying with Rivers and Monty Williams, and I understand.
But I can't say that, because at the same time, Budenholzer, who's a white coach, got fired after winning a championship.
But he was saying a lot of stuff. What he's saying, like right here with Sam Cassell, Mark Jackson.
Well, that I agree with.
There's some guys in there that aren't getting a fair shake.
That is true. That is true. But I can't. The Monty Williams thing. That team. I know with the whole situation.
Well, KD gonna get your coach fired anyway.
Exactly.
So is James Harden.
That team had Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Kevin
Those
Durant.
are coach killers.
Yeah. That team had so much talent. And remember, they were number 1 seed with Monty Williams there. And I hate to say it, that team underachieved. They should have been to an NBA Finals. And let's just be honest, they spit it up the past couple of years. That's why, unfortunately, we know what sports are like. The head coach pays for it. Look at the Rangers. The Rangers in hockey. They were a good team for years. Gerard Gallant was a good head coach for the Rangers. Why'd they fire him? Because the team underachieved. It's not because of that situation. It's because the Suns had expectations and they didn't meet those expectations when they brought in as well somebody like Kevin Durant. So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Tommy, but that's more about performance than it is about, that situation over there. That Suns team underachieved, and I'd say the same thing about the Sixers. And I like Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, I think he's got a bad rap over there in Phoenix. Let's just be real. When James Harden got traded over there, NYG, you, me, and everybody else kept saying, that dude is never going to be a winner, and he's going to choke in the end. And look what happened. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter what color race you are. When your team doesn't get it done in the playoffs, and your team underachieves expectations, unfortunately, the coach is the one that gets the axe, whether it's fair or not. And I didn't think Monty Williams deserved to get fired, but this is just what's going to happen in sports. When your team underachieves, you can't fire everybody on the roster. You're unfortunately going to fire unfortunately, the coach is going to be the one to get the axe. And that's exactly what happened here with Doc Rivers and Monty Williams and Budenholzer too.
Yeah, it's because of and I put a lot of this on KD, James Harden, all these superstars. What I was just talking to Leaf about, the whole situation, man. The NBA, man, it's a league ran by superstars, man, and
exactly.
That includes, what coaches get hired to what teams. So that has a lot to do with it too, shit. So we definitely got to keep our eye on this, man. I think I
agree.
I think it is closer than people want to think, man, because especially in the NFL needs diversity. At least in the NBA, you have like overseas leagues. You have you got a lot of international players. You know what I'm saying? They have the WNBA. The NFL don't have no diversity, man. As far as international, they're trying with the NFL London games and, trying to get female officials and all that. But the NFL is really lacking in that diversity. And that's the next step, man. If you're just looking at it from a business standpoint, taking emotion out of it, man, it's a good business play to have more women involved in your sport. That's just how I think about it. But
check out Tommy's last comment he just put up there.
This one.
No, the one after it.
Williams got fired because the new has a different plan from jump, getting rid of certain players to attain KD. He definitely wants to build quickly around that coach and all. Well, I mean, when you give up what you gave up for Kevin Durant, you ain't got no choice but to make it happen quick. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, they want to build around KD and Booker quickly, man, but you got to think too, though, man. It's you traded for KD, so now you want a new coach. We got KD. What happened? New coach. You know, shit. I'm trying to. No, Steve Kerr was there in Golden State. Want to think they OKC, but yeah, Harden's the same thing. Harden, coach fired. You know, traded, man. Like these, like. I put some of this on the well, I put a lot of this on the superstars in the NBA. I put the other half of it on the owners. You know, really. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it boils down to. So what you're saying is true, but it still doesn't make it right. You know, it still doesn't make it right. You know, everybody deserves their fair shake. You know, not just because the best player or best person has to be for the job, man. Not who your buddy is. Like right here, Harden wants D'Antoni. Who gives a shit what Harden wants? You know what I'm saying?
Running the organization,
right, man. This is my business. I don't give a damn what you want. You know what I'm saying? If I want to put Bugs Bunny in there as head coach, you gonna play. I'm paying you how much?
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
And that's
like,
the problem is the owners are not taking back the NBA
they not.
like they should. They're letting the players run the asylum over there in the NBA, and that's why you're getting these super teams always being made. That's why you're getting the players doing this, the players doing that. They need to be able to take control. And the one thing, and I don't like Joe Tsai, but I'm actually a little happy that he did what he did. He's like, you know what, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, you're not going to run my organization anymore, and I'll bite the bullet in order to do what's best for my team going forward. So
I think he should have stuck to his guns and kept Kevin Durant and traded Kyrie. Kyrie was going to be gone anyway. Yeah, you get him off the team. You could have kept KD and you forced him to play out his contract.
KD was never, but KD was never going to play.
Well, if he wants to sit out, man, I would challenge him. You sit out.
I would do it too.
You sit out. Look, I got the billions of dollars. I'm the owner. So you sit out. Yeah, we might be hurting a little bit, but I'm not going to nearly hurt as much as you are. I'm just talking from a business. I guess now that I see things, that I'm a business owner and I see things from a little different perspective, I'm looking at it from a business perspective. I get all the emotions in it, you know, the racism, the sexism, and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, this is my team.
Exactly.
I assigned you to play for my team for 4 years. Just re-signed you, and you telling me you want out because you don't feel like the team is moving as fast in the direction that you wanted to move. Remember, you didn't play for the first year. So, like, you didn't even give me that, but you still got paid, dog. So, what you doing? You know, what are you doing? That's what I'm saying. They just give in and then, rebuild. Now, you losing ticket sales, Joe Tsai. You know what I'm saying? You losing a portion of your fans that like Kevin Durant. So, you're losing money by giving in to the superstar.
Exactly.
It makes no sense to me, man, but it is what it is.
No, Mets, the Phoenix Suns were a super team this past year. That's a super team. Ayton, Booker, Durant, and Paul is a super team. The Lakers
we just watching the super team with the Lakers. What you think
Lakers
they are?
Super team.
You know what I'm saying? What you think Boston? Now, Boston and Golden State, they did theirs organically. But those are still super teams. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's Milwaukee. Nah, I wouldn't say they're a super team. You know, I wouldn't say that, man. But yeah, I mean, it's you could say it's overblown right now, but at the end of the day, this is the landscape of the NBA, and this is why things look the way they look. Why you got James Harden, Kevin Durant, and you know, like Leaf said, maybe it's getting better with the Supermax. You know what I'm saying? But still, we seen it this year. KD, Kyrie forced their way off a team. James Harden now he's going to dip. These players, they, you know, Dame Lillard trying to get out of there. You know, there's talks about the Pelicans trading homeboy, what's his name? Zion.
Ingram or Zion.
Yeah, so I mean, you see it a lot, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's orchestrated by the player in recent history, but we'll see if it switches back. I don't think it's false. I think it's just slowly starting to fade. You still got the last one that was built, which was the Nets that flopped. And you still got the Lakers.
Twice.
You know what I'm saying? And now you got this Phoenix Suns team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are super teams. You know what I'm saying? That have made trades and acquired most of their players via trade or free agency. Now the other teams, you know, Milwaukee, Boston, Golden State. I even want to say the Sacramento team that's up and coming now. I think Fox and Monk, they was drafted, right?
No, Monk was drafted by Charlotte.
He was drafted by. Well, he got traded there. Yeah.
I think he was a traded or free agent and signed with them.
And then Sabonis.
He was traded for Halliburton.
Traded for Halliburton. Okay,
so
I got that one wrong, but
Fox, Davion Mitchell.
Fox.
Keegan Murray, they're homegrown.
Now look at Cleveland. Cleveland, they Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the Nets roster, that you know what I'm saying? So that's how they put their team.
Yeah, you know? Evan Mobley and Darius Garland are the big homegrown guys on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, so I mean, the NBA, it is a lot to talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna wrap this up, man. But the last thing I'm gonna say, man, is look, do not never discount nobody and their abilities and what they could do. You know what I'm saying? I seen some of the toughest women perform some of the hardest jobs out here that a lot of men can't perform. You know, I did warehouse work, man. There was like 2 girls that worked there, and they outperformed every dude in the building. You know, you seeing more women truck drivers, more women in industrial work. You know, I drive. You know, I see a lot of women, you know, doing construction now. So, you know, we got to open our minds up to this sports thing and not look at it as oh, you know, it's still going to be dominated by males. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to see them start to implement females into some of these upper positions. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a while before we see a head coach. I don't think so. But again, man, let's not overlook it. You know, let's just keep it respectful. You know, regardless of what your opinion is. You know, either way it goes. You know, I think ultimately, man, it's going to be a good thing. And then we'll look back on this thing, you know, maybe 10 years from now, something like that, and say, dang, you know, remember when it wasn't no women coaches? Now you got like 5, you know what I'm saying? So we shall see, man, but I ultimately think it's good for sports, and it's a good thing, man, to have diversity, man, especially, you know, in the country that we live in. I'll let y'all, Coach and Jeffy, you want to say your last piece before we get on up out of here. We're going on 3.5 now. I'm not going to keep these streams real long no more. Trying to keep it at like 2.5-ish. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is good conversation. I do like having these conversations. But like I said, we just gotta watch language because everybody's so sensitive.
You're not wrong about that.
Westbrook on the downslope of career. Beverly Wash. They made a trade for Rule, Van, Dolo, none superstars, just role players and bench players. And that's how teams are normally built. That's how teams are supposed to be built. You know what I'm saying? So I could respect that, man. I don't like the super team forcing your way off the team, yada, 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 because you don't feel like the team is going in the direction you want it to go in. Like, you should have thought about that before you signed the contract, bro.
Exactly. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Right. That's why maybe I'm just salty because the KD trade, but it's not just KD. It happens all over the place.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You
it's a
seeing
common
it in Portland with
occurrence.
Dame Lillard now. You know, so
Yeah, it's common nowadays with this whole
mhm.
situation.
Katie was a super team. Yeah, that was a super team too. Like I said, it's calmed down a little bit, Tommy. No Mets, but still, super teams. Yeah, they were running the NBA, and they are why the NBA is shaped the way it is today. Like teams got a draft to start getting these organic players, but if you constantly trading your draft picks, you ain't got no choice but to build your team in free agency. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So.
One
Levance,
question.
shout out to the ladies. Appreciate you, Levance, man. Appreciate all y'all in the chat, man. This has been
Thank
a
you
really
guys.
active chat, man. One of the better shows we've done lately, man. So definitely shout out and appreciate all y'all, man. We people watching y'all doing a Super Bowl champ show for the ex Giants. Oh man, yeah. Hopefully we in the Super Bowl, man. Hopefully we in the Super Bowl, no doubt.
No, I want to
Appreciate you,
win the Super
Breezy.
Bowl.
I want to win it. Yeah, I think if we in it, we is winning it, man. We only lost one, so
Who cares about Ben Simmons? The only thing I care about, the only thing I want to hear about Ben Simmons is he's been traded off the Brooklyn Nets. That's it.
I don't care
Just get him away
if
from the Nets.
Simmons go play NBA 2K for the rest of his career. I don't really want him on the Nets team, but I'm not the Nets owner. But look, we just talked about business, and having Ben Simmons on your team is very bad for business.
No, it's not good business at all.
Yeah, I would definitely cut bait there, if possible, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, Breezy. Yeah,
Who
we
cares
already
about Ben
know. We
Simmons?
already know how we feel about Ben Simmons right now.
I think every
Most
single
Nets fans.
yeah, I think every Nets fan.
And I
even if
tried to
you're a Ben
defend
Simmons
this dude, man. I made video about him and everything, man. Sorry, let me stop.
No, we'll be on a Ben Simmons tangent for like the next 3 hours.
But y'all go ahead, man. Get your last spill. Tell the people what y'all got coming up and where they can find you.
Well, I just want to say, first off, thank you everybody for coming by another edition of the Heart of the City. You guys are the reason why we do this. You guys are the rock of this show. All the contributions you do in the chat, giving out your suggestions, your opinions. That's what makes this show the what it is. And we appreciate all the love and support you guys give us. And if you guys, tomorrow I'm going to be doing just a quick shout out. I'll be doing Pick and Roll podcast tomorrow at 5:00 in the afternoon. And then I'll be doing wrestling at night. So, and always shout out to the panel with myself, NYG22, Coach Ed, everybody in the chat, Tommy, Breezy, No Mets, Levance, everybody out there, Leaf, Randy, Mitch, everybody that's been out there supporting the show since day one. Thank you all very much, and everybody enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Well, now it's an early Wednesday morning. Thank you, guys.
Good stuff, man. Coach, man. Tell the people where they can find you. Tell them what you got coming up, man. I know you got some good stuff cooking, man, on your channel.
Yeah, you just find me at Coach Ed's Gladney's Amazing World of Sports on YouTube. Got the Reading the Tack show, sports show, coming out tomorrow, 8 to 10 a.m. on Shadow Worlds Media, Shadow Worlds Radio. You can always visit them at Shadow Worlds, and that's Worlds with a Z, not a S, shadowworlds.com. You can also go to iHeart and look up Coach Ed Gladney, and you can see the rebroadcast for some of the shows there. So, and just be talking, most of the stuff that we've been talking about now. So, just going over that. That's pretty much it.
No doubt, man. Definitely, man. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying, man. Appreciate you too, Jeffy, man. And like I said, much love, man. Much shout out to the chat, man. We coming back here every Tuesday, man. Since we do Heart of the City, I try to keep this thing consistent because as long as there's sports, there's always content, man. So you'll always have something to come here and talk about, even if it's not football, basketball. We do baseball. I know college is coach's thing, so we'll start back up with the college conversation coming up soon. So, Me, myself, Coach Jeffrey, we trying to give you guys consistent content. So keep it locked here. You know, when the season is in the off season, Heart of the City is still pumping because it's the heart, because we keep the flow. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate all y'all, man. We're gonna give a peace out and a big shout out, man, to the Big Blue Crew, man. With the Big Blue Crew outro, man. So y'all peace, man. Have a good evening.
This is a Big Blue Crew production.